I believe we are going to have a good time together this evening. So let me find out if our guest speaker is with us. Okay, so let me just find out.
Hospital station.
Okay, so we are going to give him a little time. He will be here with us shortly. So can we briefly share what we have learned so far for these past 3 days? Can we just share what we have learned? What are the new things that you have gotten from this training? What is new? What are those things that you have unlearned and what have you relearned? Can I get someone that will just open the floor for us? Just put up your hand. Look, can we all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Sorry, mine is not showing as video. I'm not seeing every other person. I don't know if that's how
Because
it's
we
supposed to be.
everybody muted his or her video.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
All right. So I just asked a question. Are there people that want to share with us?
Okay,
Yes, 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 yes.
okay. For me, I'll say that I've learned so much. One of which is fair rules. I didn't know that there were so much restrictions on a lot of things that I've learned. I've learned customer satisfaction, empathy, um, and I've unlearned something as well. It's been a good experience, really. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry, Mark. Can you tell us your name?
Okay, I'm Ibukun Oluwawe.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, ma.
All right. So who
All
else is
right.
ready to
Okay,
share her experience?
I'm here. I'm here.
All
Okay.
right. So just tell us your name.
Okay. My name is Kiru Steven. I learned. I've never known that there's anything like overbooking. You know, I just got to know about it and how it's gonna affect. Sorry, how the situation can be addressed by the agents if need arises. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Who else? Is anybody raising his or her hand again? Hello. Okay. So let me find out. Our guest speaker, are you with us now? Kindly unmute yourself. Sorry, just trying to get that, trying to get to him.
Sorry, I don't know. You're echoing.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. We are here.
Good evening. My name is Pearl Williams from Lagos.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I learned a lot about ticketing. I didn't know it was that broad. I used to see it as something very minor. I learned about e-ticketing, customer satisfaction. Um, I learned about one-way ticketing and the rest of it. It's been very insightful so far and educative. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us too. Thank you
Thank
so
you, ma'am.
much. All right. Anybody care to share again? Hello. All right. So I guess our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Patrick A. Wells, is a co-founder with Tracify Global Inclusive. Tracify is another agency, a company that is specialized in booking. Please, can you mute yourself? All right, that they are specialized in booking, ticketing, and all that. And he's going to be giving us a very, very, very practical training using their dashboard to show us how to navigate this site, and then some other little things we are going to be learning. And we promise also tonight that we are going to be having there's going to be a training on how to enroll as to enroll as IATA, a certified person registration and everything. So please let us stay cool as he comes up. Mr. Wells, are you with us already? Okay, Mr. Olasupo, can we hear from you?
Good evening, ma. Thanks so
Okay. Oh,
much.
it's Mrs. Sorry.
Yes,
Oh,
it's okay, ma.
all
Thank you
right.
very much.
You're welcome.
I must commend your your lectures. Even though I'm always busy, but I'm able to go through most of it, and I'm so familiar with most of these terms, and it's just I don't know how to do so. I've been booking my ticket myself for at least for the past 10 years. So with this one, I'll be able to do even much more for myself and for my friends, and even to launch out of this lecture. Actually, when you brought these lectures out and I came across it, I was like, is it possible? But with what I've been able to see here, honestly, I don't even know how to say thank you to you for this, for opening our eyes to all these things. You know, at times when agents speak some languages, and at the end of the
Mm.
day, you don't know what they were talking about. You will be forced to pay the money. But with what you have been able to teach me, honestly, ma, you are just too good. I didn't believe this thing from the onset. So that's why I was so skeptical when we started the lecture. But I can see that truly there are some truthful people still on the streets of Instagram. Thank you very much, man. I've learned so much. Even though I don't participate in my lesson, and I promise myself tomorrow I will sit down in the office and do my write it down and post it to you. You have done so wonderful on this, and henceforth I'm now the traveling agent for everybody around me. Thank you very much, ma.
Wow, thank you very much. That was so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Thank you very
You're
much. We
welcome.
thank God for everything. Yes, our guest is trying to get in. He has dropped me a message. He's trying to get in. I don't want us to waste much time. I want us to go straight into the training. So as we keep, just give him a minute to join us. I don't know if somebody else wants to say something.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah,
What's the name?
my name is Oluwambe Ogunbamen from Ondo State.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, I want to really appreciate you for this training and the program. I've been on this platform for a while. I've been seeing some of your programs, but I have been missing them. But I try to, like, I have to get this one. I shouldn't miss this one, and I'm very, very happy. I've learned a lot. I gained a lot from this program. Yes, you from your customer service ticketing and industrial regulations and compliance, e-ticketing and every other things. Then hotel reservations, and because I've once worked as an hotelier, so all that have been taught about hotel reservation and every other things was so interesting. So thank you very much once again, ma. I'm very grateful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this review. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you too for joining us. Thank you very much. So I don't know, is there any other person? Is there any other person? Sorry, let me apologize. My video is supposed to be on, but the lights just went off and it's raining seriously here. So I believe next time I'm going to put on my video so that we at least will be able to see each other's faces. So I apologize for that. All right. Is there any other person that wants to say something again? Okay, I have Afoma Azike. Okay, your hand is up. Mr. Wealth, are you with us already? Okay, I think he's here already. I think he's here already. Okay, so you are welcome, sir. Thank you so much for giving us this time. And thank you because we know that you are going to be sharing a lot of knowledge with us today. And we are grateful that you have honored our invitation. As you can see, all our hearts are open and ready to learn. You are very welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Wealth, you have the floor now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Wealth.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Please,
Yeah, I
let's
said at
respond.
the
Can we
time
hear
now.
him?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's lovely. Now, first and foremost, guys, thanks so much also for making it all out to be here too. So a big thanks to everybody on the platform. So my name is Patrick Welt, and I'm actually a certified IATA license agent, and I'm also a co-founder as well. But as we go into today's discourse, we are going to get to learn so much, so much, so much, so much. And I do understand that prior to this time, we have actually taken some classes because the last few times I joined, I was able to hear some of you give your own experiences and some of the things you learned and you unlearned in order for you to actually get to amass so much to knowledge. So tonight, now in a bit, we are going to be looking at just a few topics. Then after that, we'll get to do a few practicals. Then after that, now we'll now learn how we who are joining today can actually start a flight ticket agency or a traveling agency as it seems, and how you can actually leverage on an existing platform that gives you the power to issue your own ticket. So the first we'll be looking at today, so I will be looking at some reservation systems using GDS. So that's what we'll be looking at the time. Though I do understand that prior to this time, some of us actually have basic knowledge of what GDS is. So I'm going to shed broader light on that. And during the course of the presentation, if you have questions to ask, you can actually raise your hand so that we get to handle all of that simultaneously. So first now, when we talk about GDS, GDS is simply Global Distribution System. So global distribution system in the sense that GDS actually empowers agencies I don't know, can we mute our mics if we're not using them at the time? Can we mute our mics if we're not using them? Okay, now. So now back to it now. I said we'll be looking first at what GDS is. We are going to know more about GDS. And we are going to know how to calculate fares for different routes. I believe that has been shared. How to create complex itineraries, how to issue tickets and process payments. Furthermore, we are still going to look at how to handle documentation and compliance tasks. And in sequel to that also, we'll get to see how to solve real-world travel-related problems. Then we'll share some experiences and how you as an individual can stay updated on industry trends, and also some ethical practices in the industry, and also how a ticketing agent can make money. And lastly, we are going to look at our booking platform that empowers each and every one of us in today's meeting to start selling flight tickets and make hotel reservations without necessarily having so much to the commencement. So we are going to be looking at that lastly. But first to the discuss tonight, we are going to be looking at GDS system and most likely discussed about them and how we as individual or different agencies can actually put all of that to use. Now, when we are talking about GDS at the time, GDS is simply a global distribution system. GDS providers are also IATA license holders. So it simply means for one to actually get to own a GDS service, he or she must first have IATA. So that brings us to the discussion on what is IATA or who is IATA. When we talk about IATA, IATA is simply an international agency that regulates traveling agents. So it's International Association for Traveling Agents. For some of us who are in the line of traveling agency or those who are actually joining and those who want to actually get their business all started, there is a global body that regulates all traveling agencies in the world. Its headquarters is situated in Canada. So that body is called IATA. And at the time, IATA doesn't just regulate traveling agents alone. It also regulates airlines as well. And beyond that, also now, IATA as a body decides the fare. So we are going to look at that. So for instance, if you have, let's say you have ABC airline and you want to start selling fares for maybe, I don't understand where in Nigeria at the time, you want to start selling maybe fares for Lagos to Abuja, you, in as much as you get to have the airline, you don't decide the fare. You don't decide the cost of the fare. There is a global body that decides the cost of that fare, and that is IATA. So now IATA is simply International Association of Traveling Agents. So it's a body regulating traveling agents all over the world, regardless the continent, regardless the nationality, regardless the tongue, regardless the race. IATA regulates everyone. So now in a bit now, GDS providers are also IATA license holders. So now, when we talk about GDS, just like I stated earlier, we are talking about a global distribution system. So it's actually a system that enables traveling agents to sell and issue tickets. But the limitations that come with GDS are, one, if you are using a GDS as a traveling agent, to some extent, you will not be able to get discounted fares. We are going to look at discounted fares, how you can actually get cheap fares and make more money. Because as the world of travel stands, a whole lot of the resources are buried in ticketing, either flight booking, hotel reservations. That's where all of the money is. But there are certain secret and top tools you as a traveling agent or a prospective traveling agent should know, because if you don't know them, you actually not be able to make good amounts of cash from the business. The business is actually a lucrative one. Being an expert over the years, I've seen people make hundreds of thousands in minutes just from a particular ticket. So as we were also on this platform tonight, I'll still show us a platform that empowers you to start making money in no time. As we speak, everybody on this platform can start issuing tickets almost immediately. I do understand for the Nigerian market, some of us know names like Wakanow, you know names like Travel Stars, you know names like Travel Better. Now, you as an individual present on this platform, you can start selling tickets almost immediately. And that will be the final of our discussion tonight. There is a platform that empowers you to start issuing tickets almost immediately. But back to our discourse, I said GDS is global distribution system, and everybody who offer GDS services must first be a licensed IATA agent. And when it comes to being an IATA agent, there are actually 4 phases to the IATA licensing. There are 4 ways or 4 phases to the IATA licensing. The first approach to the IATA licensing is called the IATA TIDS. And when I was speaking with the convener of this meeting, I was actually telling her that at the end of today's meeting, we are going to give some of the participants free IATA TIDS. So I don't know who that will be or who among us here is going home today with a free IATA TIDS. So the first phase or the first licensing phase to IATA is the IATA TIDS. Now, beyond the IATA TIDS, there is a second phase called the IATA Go Light or the IATA Easy Pay. Now, the Go Light sensor or the Go Light licensor is actually an IATA agent that can only issue tickets within the jurisdiction of his nationality. And in a bid to that also now, he or she can't actually issue tickets without paying IATA directly. So that is the IATA Go Light or the IATA Easy Pay. So that is the second phase of the licensing. Now, the third phase of the licensing is the IATA standard or Gold Standard. The IATA Gold Standard licensor is actually that traveling agent that can actually issue tickets even without paying for that ticket. But the limitations that comes with the Gold Lights, sorry, the Gold Standard licensor is it can only operate within a particular confinement or within a particular nation. If you are holding an IATA Gold Standard license, you can actually operate outside the confinement of your nation. So that debars you or that limits you to only operate within the scope or jurisdiction of your country. For instance, if Nkiru Steven, being a traveling agent, decides to go for the IATA Gold Standard and she gets the IATA Gold Standard, being a traveling agent operating in Nigeria, he or she can only issue tickets within the confinement of Nigeria. So that still plays the bar on Nkiru Steven, who has the Gold Standard license. Now, the last license is the Go Global. And IATA Go Global license, so is that a traveling agent who can actually issue tickets in any part of the world. So he or she can actually hold that same license in any nation. For instance, my own agency or our own agency have the Go Global license. And that's more reason why at the time we have branches in Nigeria, we have branches in some African nations on that same license. We have branches in the US, we have branches in even in Europe, places like United Kingdom, because the license we have actually give us that leverage to hold that same license in any nation, in all the nations of the world. And not just that, also, we can still use our license to empower other traveling agencies to issue tickets in their business name as well. And that is just like I stated earlier, that at the end of today's meeting, everybody who is on this platform is going to have his or her own flight and hotel booking platform in minutes, because there is an existing system that actually empowers you with just your CAC incorporation to start issuing tickets. But in a bit now, let me just discuss how to get an IATA license. Getting an IATA license is truly capital intensive. For instance, for the Nigerian market, if you want to get the IATA Easy Pay license, you must have the following in place. The IATA Go Light or Easy Pay requires the following. First, you must have a registered CAC, so your business must be registered. And when you register in your business must have a minimum share capital of 30 million Nigerian naira. So let's take that to heart. For you to get the IATA, even the list of the Go Lights, you need a CAC registration with a minimum share capital of 30 million Nigerian naira. And it must be a registered incorporated company and not just a business name. So you must have an RC CAC with not less than 30 million share capital minimum. And beyond that, you must have a security deposit of 20 million Nigerian naira in your corporate bank account. So these are some of the funding. So it's truly capital intensive to actually get an IATA, even the list of the IATA Go Light. But just like I stated tonight, we are going to be empowering some of the participants into this meeting to actually get a free IATA TIDS. So you'll not be paying for any of all of these things. We'll be giving you a free IATA TIDS for joining this meeting. And outside having all of that now, you must have a NANTA certificate. NANTA simply stands for National Association of Nigerian Traveling Agents. So you have to be a member of the NANTA. And beyond being a member of the NANTA, you also have to be a registered member with NCAA. I get to say that again, NCAA. So NCAA stands for Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. So you must be a registered member with the NCAA. Now, when you have done all of these things, secret to that now, you need a recommendation letter from an IATA holder or a GDS service provider. So when you have all of those requirements checked, then someone who is already holding an IATA license have to recommend you. And that person must be someone with either an IATA Go Standard or Go Global certification or license. So when you have all of these things checked, you can now proceed to get the IATA Go Light. And the truth is, you can't actually access the portal from Nigeria. So these are some of the limitations that comes with territory, geographic location, and all. For you to actually sign up for IATA Go Light or the IATA TIDS, you have to do that outside the jurisdiction of Nigeria. But nonetheless, we have actually done the heavy lifting. We get all of that. We'll only be giving IATA TIDS to some participants into this program or into this meeting. And beyond that, also now, at the end of today's meeting, everyone who is on this platform can start selling flight tickets in their own business name. We are going to come to that. So if you have a traveling agency called ABC Travel Agency, you will start selling flight tickets as ABC Fly, and people buy from your website, people pay you, and you issue the ticket for them. And when they take the tickets to any of the available airports for which they are supposed to fly, the ticket will be valid, recognized, and they can fly. So we are still going to give you that leverage, that platform that puts you in the forefront. And in this case, you will say both SOTI and SOTOs. When I say SOTI, SOTI are inbound flights. Inbound flights simply means you can only issue tickets that are from Lagos to other parts of the world. So you can't actually issue tickets from other parts of the world from Nigeria. So that is SOTI. And SOTO means the ability to issue tickets outside Nigeria jurisdiction. So, but the platform we will be introducing at the end of today's program or meeting will enable you to sell tickets within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. As a matter of fact, you will be able to sell tickets globally. You sell tickets to any part of the world, regardless the currency. You will issue tickets to them, regardless their language. You will sell tickets to them, regardless their nationality. So all of that is what we'll be looking at the end of today's program, and some persons will be getting that for free. Yeah, at the end of the meeting, I'll ask a few questions. So people who are actually following might actually get it for free. So that is a bit about IATA. So GDIs are actually, the GDS are actually wholesalers of fares. Remember, don't forget two things. Nobody decides the fare. Airlines don't decide the fare. IATA does the decision on the cost of the fare. For instance, lately I read over the news that there is a Nigerian agency called Airpeace, Fly Airpeace. So they actually got the license to fly to Gatwick in London. And they were just all over the news saying that their rates is fair, that their fares are cheaper and all. Now the truth is, Airpeace don't even decide their own fare. IATA does. IATA gives the same rates to all airlines globally in the world. And at the time now, there are about 758 registered airlines under the IATA program. So IATA sell the fares to everybody at the same rate. Then everybody goes back to add their own markup, to add their own commission, to add their own profit, escalating the cost of the tickets. For instance, if Lagos to Gatwick in London, IATA will give everyone at that same rate. Let's say $200. Airpeace myself $500, and Egypt Air myself $450, and Qatar myself $600. But the original cost of that fare was $200. So everybody goes back, every airline goes back, GDS providers also goes back, NDC and LCC licensors also go back to add their fares. So now, under the IATA program, we have GDS, we have the NDCs and LCC. Now, GDS are global distribution and distributor systems, just like I explained. And globally in the world, there are 4 recognized GDS providers in the world. We have the Sabre, we have the Amadeus, we have the Galileo, which is also known as Travelport, and we have Apollo WatchSpan. I could ask some of those questions, and if you're able to answer me, you could get a free IATA TIDS, and you could get a free platform that enables you to start issuing tickets in the next 45 minutes. So if you get to pay the best of attention, there's so much to benefit outside gaining knowledge and all. You could still win some freebies that could cost you over ₦1,000,000. So we'll be giving that for free for as many who are listening. So now I said, basically in the world, there are 4 basic GDS providers. We have the Sabre America, we have the Amadeus Canada, we have the Galileo Singapore, and we have the Apollo WatchSpan, right? So these are the major GDS providers in the world. And of those GDS providers, Amadeus happens to be the most patronized. And getting Amadeus costs roughly $200 for you to actually sign up with Amadeus. But the problem with GDS are sure expensive. Yeah. GDS providers, because GDS providers are wholesalers of fares. IATA, the manufacturer of the fare or the fare decider, then GDS goes to Amadeus and to IATA to buy from IATA and add their own markup and start selling to everybody who is in their platform. And the challenges that come with GDS services are you can't actually have it integrated in an online domain. So people, for any time you want to issue ticket using a GDS service, people have to come to your office, and all of that will be done via the GDS software. So that limits you. In that case, you can only sell to people who come to your office. You can only sell to clients who knows you or who calls you or send their itinerary to you. So that still places the bar. And in that case, you'll be limited. But outside the GDS, there are still other persons who are called the NDC. NDC was actually launched about 2 years ago by IATA, looking at the failure of GDS services, and even most of your traveling agents, most of the online travel agents in Nigeria at the time are using GDS. That's why their fares are so expensive. You can't imagine buying fares with names like Wakana, very on the high side, because Wakana is using Amadeus, right? And because GDS on the onset are expensive, so whoever that goes to sell GDS will show up the selling expensive fare. And the world of ticketing is actually a competitive one. Remember, when I started earlier, I said 2 things. I'll teach you how to get cheap fares, like very cheap fares, because ticketing has all the money. It's estimated that the annual generated revenue from flight ticket sales alone is over $28 trillion. So imagine if you are taking just a fraction of that 28 trillion. Imagine if let's half of that, let's just say 0.0001% of that comes to you. And the world of ticketing is global. You can sell to everywhere sell to everyone, and you can sell it at all times. So GDS are a bit expensive because GDS are IATA licensors who buys the fare from IATA, just like the airlines, and now start selling at a higher rate. So 2 years ago, IATA became more perturbed with the GDS services and decided to bring a service called the NDC. So NDC stands for New Distribution Capacity. So NDC orders sell what is called LCC. NDC orders, NDC means New Distribution Capacity. Remember, at the end of the meeting, I'm going to ask questions, and people who knows the answer will be getting a free IATA TIDS, something that will cost you millions, and will be getting a platform that enables them to start issuing tickets almost immediately. So the best of the attention you get to give to what I'm saying will go a long way to give you an avalanche of opportunities to go home today with a freebie. So now I said NDC and New Distribution Capacity. So when IATA launched NDC, NDC don't sell fares, NDC sells LCC. And LCC stands for low cost carrier. Low cost carrier. LCC stands for low cost carrier. So now when IATA launched the NDC program, we are NDC licensors. We are NDC licensors. You'll get to know about that shortly. So we only sell low cost carriers. And because NDC is IATA service, so wherever there is an NDC licensor, invariably sells all that IATA carries. I will get to those on demo, but I don't want to actually talk one brand down because I actually want to say this. Amadeus or GDS providers or GDS traveling agents users are limited because Amadeus, for instance, only have 256 airlines. You now get to see that that's actually a big limitation. So 256 airlines. And earlier when I started this, I said there are about 758 airlines under the IATA program. So now for NDC licensors like we sell all of the 758 airlines. We sell all that IATA carries. So we are simply democratizing IATA. We democratize IATA by putting IATA out there to everyone, and anyone can actually sell without even getting a license. We'll get to talk about that. But don't forget, GDS, I've talked about that. I'm talking about the NDC. I say NDC and New Distribution Capacity is a program launched by IATA. So for those people who have the license, they sell low-cost carrier airlines. So for every fare you see, don't be deceived. The airline or the traveling agent added money to it. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. Can we mute our microphone, please?
Kindly mute ourselves, please. Just mute yourself. Mute yourself so that at least we'll be able to hear. Thank you.
Okay, now, so in a bit now, so NDC holders or licensor sell LCC, and LCC stand for low-cost carriers. So the low-cost carriers are discounted fares. They are only fair deals. They are deals you can actually get for cheap. You can actually get at a very, very less amount. You get that now. For instance, now, Airpeace might be selling. One thing I want you guys to know, don't forget this. All airlines are expensive. So even if Airpeace, just like I stated earlier, that Lagos to Gatwick, they are very cheap. All those things are not true. You can still get fares cheaper than Airpeace. And the only way you can actually leverage is you must actually know some trade secrets in the business of ticketing, because that's where all the money is. As a traveling agent, ticketing is one aspect of your service that can make you millions in just few minutes. For instance, if you get to sell a first class ticket, you can make profit to the tune of 1 million over. If you get to say business class, you can make profit to the tune of 700,000 Nigerian naira. Even if you get to sell economy, you can make profit even to the tune of 200,000 Nigerian naira in just few minutes. So it's a guaranteed service, less strenuous and not so tedious. So we are going to see all of that. So now in a bit now, I've talked about GDS providers and I've actually stated a few things about them. For GDS, yes, is Global Distribution System. There are actually 4 known main GDS in the world, which is Sabre, Amadeus, Galileo, and the Apollo WorldSpan. And for you to use GDS services, you have to subscribe on GDS platforms. And GDS don't run online; it's only work offline. So you install the software on your system, on your laptop, as the case may be, and you start selling. And that comes with so much limitations because clients can actually buy from your website and you can't actually advertise that to the world simply because you can only sell locally. You can only sell locally. So that actually brings so much limitation. So the next we'll be looking at today is how to calculate fares for different routes. As a ticketing agent, or prospective ticketing agent, know that fare is everything. The profit you will make or the losses you will make is still dependent on fares. So if you don't know how to calculate fares, if you don't know how to check for fares, if you don't know how to get cheap fares, you invariably be in the business and not make money. So now we are going to just talk a bit before we delve into practicals, how to do all of that. Now, one thing I must say now is that as a ticketing agent, know that fare is everything. And when we are talking about fare, we are simply talking about the cost of the ticket. Sorry, can Olatunji Taiwo mute himself or herself? Okay. Okay. Okay, now, so at the time now, I said fares is everything. So when we are talking about fare is the cost of the ticket. And usually for every time you see a ticket, there are two types of fares. There are displayed fares and there are real fares, displayed or actual fares. You get that now. What are displayed fares? Displayed fares are fares that are shown on search engines. For instance, if you go to Google, for instance, and search Lagos to Aberdeen in United Kingdom, you'll see different fare rates will be displayed. But all of those ones are not the exact or true fare. Those ones are just displayed fares just to catch your attention, just juicy fares, very cheap. But when you now click on them and go to the website, you get find out that the fares are very, very expensive. So as a traveling agent, the first thing you must know is fare is everything. And for every time you see fare, always note that either the airline or the online traveling booking site has already added their markup or their profits. And still don't forget that IATA gives everybody the fare at the same rate. You get that now. So what do I mean? Whether you are Airpeace, whether you are Egypt Air, whether you are a GDS provider, as long as you hold the IATA license, you have the privilege to get the same fare at the same rate. So individually, we now go back to add our own markup. You get that now, and add our own markup. And the best ways to get fares or cheap fares is using OTA. Let's note that OTAs will give you the best fares. OTA stands for Online Traveling Agent Sites. OTA booking sites have the cheapest of fares. And I said the best way to get fares, you don't get fares from the airlines because airlines to a larger extent are usually expensive. For you to say the cheapest of fares, you do that from OTA booking sites. And if I get to OTA, it simply means Online Traveling Agent Booking Site. So for some of us who are here at the end of today's meeting, some of us are going to be OTA agents. OTA agent simply means an agent or a traveling agency that has an online site where people can buy tickets or make hotel reservations. The reason why OTA are best is because OTAs will display a whole lot of fares. Do we get that now? We display so many fares, so many. You'll be able to see different fares. You see fares from Egypt, fares from Qatar, fares from Tag Angola, Rwanda, fare from Royal Air Maroc. You'll be able to see different fares. And because you are able to see different fares, you also begin to understand if there will be connecting flights and all. So we are just going to do a demo now with KuzangFly.com. So Kuzang actually has an OTA. So for some of us who are here, at the end of today's meeting, you two will have one at the end of today's meeting. I'll be gifting one participant a free OTA. The cost of the OTA is actually $500. For you to actually get it, it's $500. But for joining this, I'll be gifting somebody here for free. And for as many that wants to join, we are going to give lots of discounts. So you are going to use coupon code Kuzang on our platform. And we might give about 50 to 80% off. So, but first now, let's go to Kuzang Fly and just do a little bit of, so that you can actually understand first. I'll be sharing my screen to that. If you are having your desktop, you can still check. You can check Kuzang. Okay, let me chat that so that all of us can copy and do the same thing I'm doing. So just visit https kuzangfly.com. So I actually chat that so you can just copy that link. And if you are using a desktop or a laptop, you can just visit that on your desktop or laptop to see what an OTA is. So for some of us who are able to open that link, you'll find that it looks like it's a flight booking portal already. So you'll be getting one person among us here will be getting that today for free. So now I said the best way to get cheap first is to use what? Is to use OTAs. We get that now. OTAs, the reason is because OTAs will help you see different airlines. We help you see that particular fares for different airlines. So that invariably gives you a leverage advantage.
Taiwo Olatunji, can you help us mute yourself, please? Thank you.
Okay, can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Can you zoom it more than
sir.
that? You are seeing it.
Yes.
Okay, now so this is an example of an okay, great. So this is an example of an OTA. So an OTA, just like I say, is an online traveling and booking site. So it gives you the leverage to actually check different fares. And on that now, you'll be able to see different fares. Okay, from your mobile device. Okay, so now, Rita, are you there? Rita.
Yeah, but it's tiny. Yes,
okay.
it's tiny.
Okay. Okay, now Rita, can you just suggest a destination-less search so that you get to see that you'll be able to have different fares and how to go about that? Okay, so do you have a destination in mind? Where do you intend to travel in the next few months to come?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, correct. Now, yes. Before we go to search, I'm going to say something that is very important. The professionalism to ticketing is solely dependent on your ability to understand IATA codes. If you don't know IATA codes, you will not be able to sell tickets. And when clients come to your office, you tell them the ticket is not available, whereas the ticket is available. So your success or your failure is dependent on understanding IATA codes. All the airports in the world has a code. There's something called the ICAO code and the IATA code. But IATA code is what you will use for search. For instance, I want to ask someone a question to see if this person gets it. Maybe we'll give the person a free platform, like we'll give the person an online traveling booking website. I think from here, John Prince, can you hear me? John Prince?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, John Prince, yeah. Rita said she wants to go to Amsterdam in few months to come. Amsterdam is in which country? Now, before he answers the question, note this. You don't buy tickets to countries. You buy tickets to cities in the countries. Don't forget, you can't say, I want to buy a ticket for Nigeria to Canada. There is no such thing as Canada. Canada is a nation, so you only buy tickets to airports in Canada, and those airports must be situated in cities. Because if you now go there, maybe you just let me just buy tickets now for Adelaide, for Australia. There's no ticket for Australia, but there are tickets for Sydney. Sydney is a city in Australia. Adelaide is a city in Australia. There are different cities in Australia. So you buy ticket for cities in a nation. You can't buy a ticket for London to Nigeria. Okay, if you buy ticket London to Nigeria, where in Nigeria are you going to? You must have a destination. Nigeria is a country, so you must be going to a place inside that country. So let's not forget, we buy tickets to cities and not to nations. And to buy ticket, the first thing you must know is you must understand IATA codes. So IATA codes are 3-letter codes that actually every airport in the world has an IATA code. For instance, before Prince answer my question to win a free online booking platform, let me now give an instance. How many of us know any, who can tell me one international airport in Nigeria?
Murtala Mohammed Airport.
Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Yeah,
Aminu
great.
Kano International Airport.
You guys are just so amazing people. It's my pleasure to have scholars in the house. Some of you are even brain box on your own. Now I'm impressed, actually. I'm so impressed. Now, my excitement now is that if I can say something, I know there will be about 47 and okay, 46 and one person who is going to give me a response. Now, Murtala Mohammed Airport is located in what state in Nigeria?
Lagos.
Okay,
Lagos, Nigeria.
Great. Lagos. But do you know the IATA code for Lagos is LOS? Do you know that?
Yes.
LOS. Do you get that now? So now, if someone is going to Lagos, the IATA code for Lagos is LOS. Because you might go and type Lagos and Lagos did not just say, this thing is not working. No, it's working. It's just that you didn't get the IATA code. So at the end of today's program, at the end of today's meeting, a PDF document will be sent. So in that PDF document, all the IATA codes will be there. But the good news is you don't have to memorize them. That's why you have your Google, right? So if a client comes to you now, you're in the office and says, please, I'm going to Netherlands. Okay, I'm going to Amsterdam. You don't have to start praying, Amsterdam, because you might type Amsterdam, it will not show. But before I go over that, John Prince, are you there? Can you tell me in what city? Amsterdam is a city in which nation? No, John Prince.
Hello?
Yeah, Amsterdam. And Rita said she wants to go to Amsterdam in a few months. So Amsterdam is in which country?
It's in Netherlands.
My name is
Netherlands.
Okay, somebody.
It's in
Dr.
Netherlands.
Lawal. Dr.
Netherlands.
Lawal, I wasn't asking you. Dr. Lawal, it's fine. You just made him now lose the chance of having his own online booking platform. And John Prince, don't be upset with that. So now Amsterdam is in Netherlands. So now you must know the IATA code for Amsterdam, right? Because if you don't know the IATA code, then just like I said, you don't have to memorize everything, right? You can go and ask Google. Amsterdam IATA code. Google will tell you. Can somebody check that and tell me? Fast finger.
AMS.
Correct. Pierre Williams got it first. Pierre Williams, you stand a chance. Okay, now, so now Rita stays in Lagos, right? So Lagos is LOS. LOS, correct. So can you see when I type LOS, you can see Murtala Mohammed. Can you see this? And we said she's going to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam is AMS. Can you see this is Amsterdam, Netherlands, right? Now, these are basic questions you must ask someone who wants to buy tickets. So these questions form what is known as the basis of itinerary. Because for everybody that wants to fly, he or she must have itinerary. So before you sell tickets, you must ask the following questions. The first question is, where are you going to? You ask your clients, please, where are you going to? And still don't forget that your clients don't know the city. Your client only knows the country. Your client can tell you, I'm going to Dominican Republic. But there you can't get Dominican Republic because that is a nation. That is a nation. So you must know, you as the agent, you must be skilled enough to know the cities. That's why you must invest in knowledge as well. For instance, now, Adelaide, Adelaide is in which nation? I think this calls for a freebie.
Australia.
Whoever that knows it, you say
Australia.
it. Australia. I think the convener was the one who was now saying it. Convener, don't join us when we are answering. You get that now. So a client can come and say, I'm actually going to, and don't forget, one thing you should not forget is some of these cities are also in other cities. For instance, there's London in South Africa. How many of you know that?
Yes, East London in South Africa.
Yes, East London. Good. Sometimes ago, I could remember I had a funny case. A woman was actually going to United Kingdom. So she wanted to board a flight for London, and London is LHR. So when she got to the traveling agent's office, she said, please, I'm going to London. The traveling agent just typed London, and East London came before London. So the traveling agent ended up buying ticket for East London. So now the woman who took the tickets went to, as at that time, Nigeria were having free visa entry to South Africa. And that is how she found herself in East London from Nigeria, against going to London in United Kingdom. So you must ask basic questions. And she was there all along. She stayed in East London for 3 weeks. Because the moment she got to East London, it was written, welcome to East London. She's like, I'm in London already. So it is when she was now seeing people, this place doesn't look like the London they told her. She was looking for London Bridge. She could not find London Bridge. Until some person told her, Madam, this is South Africa. So she needed to start going back home and getting ticket again. So you as a traveling agent, you can jeopardize the future of your clients. And that is one reason why you just have to be careful. And you can run into debt. Mind you, tickets are sold in millions. A little mistake, you might run into a debt of millions. So when you want to issue ticket, you have to be extremely careful. Extremely careful. Get the right information, enter the right information so as not to get into debt. So you ask your client, where are you going to? Your client will tell you where he's going to. And you ask him, from where are you coming from? So now there's always arrival and departure. So departure is where they'll be boarding the flights. Why arrival is where they are going to. You get that now. So for Rita now, Rita is actually going to Amsterdam. And we said Amsterdam is AMS. The next thing is it one way or round trip? You have to ask your client that question. Is it one way and round trip? One way simply means your client is going and not returning. And there are conditions for one way. So even if most of this, your clients might not know why they needed round trip. Some of them might not know why they needed one way. One way is only applicable for people who have to stay for more than 6 months. Did you get that now? So you want to buy a ticket, because some of those guys, when you buy a one-way ticket for a round trip, the person will not be boarded when he or she gets to the airport. So now, and when he or she gets back, you come back to your office with police and said you scammed them, or you took their money, or you did not give them any ticket, that the ticket is fake. So you just have to have this upstairs. Now you know the client's destination, you know their departure and arrival. The next thing you will ask is this ticket one way or round trip? 60% of your clients don't know this. Some people that have Canada.
Hello.
Yeah.
We can hear
Hello.
you. We can no longer hear you. Yeah,
I
it
can't
looks
hear
like
you.
he's having a network issue. Let's just be
Oh,
patient. Let's just give him a few minutes.
Okay, all
okay.
right.
I can't hear you anymore.
Angie,
Okay, it's like it's network.
Yeah, my network, sorry to that.
Sorry,
So you must
sorry.
ask your client.
You're welcome,
Can
sir.
I? Sorry, hello, the
Okay,
facilitator. Good evening, no.
okay,
Please,
great,
can I
great. You
just
can ask
suggest something?
questions.
This class
Okay,
will have been very, very interesting, except for the interferences. So I don't know, is it
okay.
possible for you to be muting everybody from your own end? Because it is getting too much. Thank you. It will be better. You can mute everybody.
Okay. Okay, now, so in secret to that now, so ask basic questions. First, even if the person tells you, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Can hear
guys?
you.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
yes,
Yes,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
So if your
Can hear
client
you.
says, before you
Yeah, we can
issue
hear
the
you.
ticket, because at the end of today's meeting, all of you will start issuing tickets in your business name. For some of us who are traveling agents who have CAC already, you can start selling flight tickets even tomorrow, and you'll start issuing tickets almost immediately. So it's important that you ask your clients questions. That now that you want to buy this ticket, is it one way or round trip? So if the client says one way, sometimes you can be fair enough to ask, what type of visa are you holding? So that you can advise your clients accordingly. But in most cases, if the client says it's one way, that is none of your concern. Anything that goes wrong is the client's fault. Do we get that now? So if your client say it's one way, so I don't know, can we still ask Rita? Rita, do you intend to come back or you are not coming back? Rita, can you hear me? Now that you're going to Amsterdam, will you be coming back or you will not be coming back?
Let us assume she's coming back.
Stay there for like 2 years. Yeah, I'm
2
going to be
years,
there
you are
for
not
2 years. Yes.
Rita is not coming back. Rita is not
Bye-bye,
coming back.
Rita.
So in this case now, it's going to be one way. Do we get that now? So it means the ticket is going to be a one-way ticket, right? So now, let's say she intends to travel next month or next 2 months. So, okay, let somebody suggest this. Okay. I don't know if I get to pronounce your name correct. Okay, someone is saying something.
14th June.
Okay, 14th of June, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing is the number of passengers. Rita probably will be traveling alone or traveling with 2 adults or child. And now adults are plus 12 and above. So anybody who is plus 12 and above is considered an adult. Do we get that now? So let's not forget that. So children are 2 to 11 years. Infants are under 2 years. So let's say Rita is traveling alone. Then the next thing you have to do is to search. Okay, here at the fair in Nigerian Naira. This is Kuzang fly. I hope all of us still remember, right?
Yes.
Are we there? Okay, great. So you can see now, for Lagos to Amsterdam, if Rita wants to buy this fare, it's 601,180. The good news is you can actually buy it in any currency of your choice. And you can still add more currencies. You too can have this platform. I'll be giving one person this for free at the end of today's meeting. So if a client decides to buy in USD, decides to buy in Great British Pound, in South African Rand, in Europe or Pakistan Rupee, you can sell in any currencies of your choice. So, and that gives the client the privilege to buy in all currencies. So now we are going to look at this now before we delve further. So this Lagos to Amsterdam for 14th of July. And you can see one adult, Lagos to Amsterdam. So the person is living Lagos to Amsterdam, Netherlands. So now first we have Egypt Air. This Egypt Air. Can you see now? Egypt Air. Let me scroll down.
Sorry to interrupt, please. I can't see your screen. I don't know if it's just me.
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
I'm seeing the screen.
Yes,
they need to expand
yes, I can see.
it.
Same here. I can't see the screen.
You
Expand
don't
it
see
on
it
your
clearly.
screen.
You can expand it
It's
by
not
your hand.
showing
You
the
can't
same
expand it. You become more.
Okay,
Yes.
more
Sir, can you give
visible.
us a full screen?
No, it's actually
screen.
full screen. It's
Okay.
because you're using a
It's full
smaller
screen.
device. Those who are using
It is full
laptop
screen
are
that is
seeing it as
there.
full screen.
Okay.
Zoom the screen as if you're zooming your normal,
Do
normal
it by
picture.
yourself.
Okay, now, so this is Lagos to Amsterdam. Now we have Egypt Air, and that is 601,000. You can see the fare 601,180, right? So that is Egypt Air. Now, how do you interpret this fare? You have to explain the fare to your client. If you get to look at it now, the departure date is 14th June 2024, and the flight will be leaving by 2 a.m. That is why you have it here. And where is it leaving? Where is it departing? It's departing from Murtala Mohammed Airport, and it's an economy ticket we are buying. And the flight that Rita will be boarding is MX876. Did we get that? And from this now, Rita is only allowed to carry one piece of baggage. That's not a challenge. You can still buy more baggage. Let's say she wants to carry more luggages or she can still buy more. That's not a challenge. But for this now, this is what applies. Now, when the flight leaves Lagos by 2 a.m., the flight will get to Cairo in Egypt because it's Egypt Air. So Egypt Air must first get to its own country before departing or connecting to another nation. So it will get there at 09:25 a.m. So when it gets there, the flight will leave by 10:45. Can you see now? Watch something. Let me show you guys something. What can you see now? This is 14 June, right? And the flight gets to Egypt at 09:25 a.m. That is already on the 15th. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
now. So the flight now leaves Cairo
Yes.
to Amsterdam. It leaves Cairo 10:45 a.m. And the airline, the Egypt Air flight airline number is MX757. The first one that she boarded in Lagos was MX876. Do we get that now? Then she arrived Schiphol at 02:40 a.m. Right? So this is for Egypt Air. Now we are going to do a rough sample. I just want to show you how to get cheap fares. Let's go to Egypt Air website and check for the same fare. Let's compare the rates. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, so I'll just type Egypt Air and share my screen. So I'm sharing Egypt Air now. Let me know if you can see Egypt Air. Okay, there is Egypt Air. Yeah, Egypt Air at the time will sell in US dollars. Let me see if we can actually convert it to NGN. Okay, it's quite unfortunate that there is no Nigerian naira for Egypt Air. But notwithstanding, let's check in United States dollar. Then one of us will do the conversion on Google. So let's still continue. Okay, now this is Egypt Air. So Rita is traveling from Lagos, Nigeria to Los. You can see Lagos, Nigeria. She's going to Schiphol, Amsterdam, in Netherlands. And it's one way. Let's not forget that. You can see round trip, one way. It's one way. So she's departing on the 14th of June. So 14th of June is when she's departing. And she's only going alone, one adult. Let's choose best fare. So let's do book. So everything is correct. She's driving from Lagos to Amsterdam on the 14th and she's going alone. So when we click book, let's wait to get the fare. Then we are still going to convert Kuzang flight to USD so that we get the fare in USD. Okay, now for 14th of June, Egypt has it for 647. So can someone help us with the maths? Okay, someone should just place that on Google for us to check. Just place 647 USD to Naira.
It's fine.
It's 894 on 477.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay, somebody just said that. Yeah, okay, let me share my screen for some of us who are not seeing. So you can see the ticket is how much? 894 477. Yeah, but I'm going to ask someone a question. Mr. Kalu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, now, Mr. Kalu, have you exchanged dollar recently in BDC with BDC persons, or popularly known as Aboki people? Have you exchanged dollars with them recently?
Yes.
Okay, do you have idea how much dollar is?
What I normally do is it because my kind of work, we do get tip in dollar. I'm into hospitality industry. What I normally do is if the money come in pieces, like $1, they will not give you the official rate. But if the money comes in $200 above, they will give you the official rate. So if it's in $1, sometimes they give you at 1,000 naira or 900 naira self.
Okay. Now, 1 USD to naira is this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, 1,300.
But you know, Aboki will not say 138, Abi. I'm sure Aboki will say 1.5. I'm not there, so I don't know what happens there. But I'm sure they can't sell because this is CBN rate, as it seems, right? So it simply means if you are trading with CBN, it's 1,382. And you know, CBN will not give you dollars, right? Nobody will give you dollar. Only Aboki has dollars. The last few times I was in Nigeria, that was the culture. So now you can see Egypt Air is selling that same ticket for, let's go back again so that we see it. Egypt Air has it for 647. So let's do 647 USD to Naira. Let's say we're even using Google rates. Let's be fair. You see, if you buy with Egypt Air, that is 894,000. If you buy with Kuzang Fly, that is 601,180. Someone who is very sharp with mathematics knows that if I buy with Kuzang Fly as a travel agent, I've made about 200 and something thousand. Can you just see that? Do you see that now? Yes. So in a bit now, that is OTA. Yeah. OTAs give you leverage to see different airlines, and they also give you that leverage to buy it at a more cheaper rate, right? So even if we go, who can tell me this airline, the one I'm pointing now? This symbol is for what airline? Where my mouse is?
Qatar Airline.
Qatar Airline. Qatar, correct. So you can see Qatar is selling for 632, right? So if you want to buy for Qatar, it's 632 and all. So in a bit now, that brings us to the next subtopic, how to calculate fares. Know that for you to make money, you have to be smart on the game by looking for cheap tickets. And cheap tickets are found with Kuzang Fly. So if you want to buy cheap tickets, go to Kuzang Fly. Am I right to say that?
Kuzang Fly.
Yes.
Okay.
You just
now, Kuzang Fly is not the only guy selling. Wakana is selling. Let's go check them out. I'm just, all of you know Wakana. Some of you should know wakana.com, right? Let's see how much Wakana is selling. Don't forget, at the initial when we started, I said Wakana uses. Who can tell me the GDS that Wakana uses?
Amadeus.
Correct. Amadeus. Perfect. I might end up giving us. As it seems now, I might give our software for free. So everybody knows everything I'm asking. Okay. It won't be bad if everybody gets the software for free. Fine. So let me share my tab now. So this is Wakana official website. So Rita wants to buy from Wakana. Let's get to see, and just one passenger. So, and she wants to buy on the 14th of June. Let's see what Wakana has. So at the end of this search now, we all will come to a conclusion on how to get fares. It's always good you get to have cheaper fares. And the reason why Kuzang Fly is cheaper than Egypt is cheaper than Wakana, certainly she's going to be cheaper than Wakana. It's simply because she is using an NDC order. You can see what your brother is bringing. Wakana is hell, right? Say no to Wakana. Let's say no to Wakana.
This is
these are Amadeus. Now let me correct something. Wakana wants to make money, right? And do you think Wakana is happy that he's selling at 946 when somebody can buy it for 601?
At all.
Because okay, now let's be realistic. Is there anybody that will buy from Wakana now?
I won't buy.
No.
I've never
So
bought
okay, great. Now, so now,
No, I used to buy
now
from
you ask.
Wakana, but I know better now.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't clear.
okay, okay, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I don't care.
Okay, now, but you can see from the comparison, Wakana is more expensive than the airline, and Kuzang Fly is cheaper than all of them. Right? So now, you two can be the next Kuzang Fly. You can have the same thing in the next couple of minutes. And I'll be giving somebody this same Kuzang Fly platform for free at the end of today's meeting. So let's stay up, let's stay awake, and let's stay woke. So now that brings us to the next subtopic. So these are to calculate fares. And before I leave, don't forget, both Wakana, both Egypt, both Kuzang Fly, somebody gave them the ticket at the same rate. Who can tell me that person?
Ayata.
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 Okay.
Ayata.
We are giving. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'll be increasing the quota now. We'll give 5 people for free.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Remember, you call my name first. Prince John.
Thank you.
Thank
Amam.
Thank you.
Okay, now that's
I'm
fine.
asking question.
You need to give
We are
everybody.
going to,
Ah.
everybody, our company will run down. They will sack me. Let me not give everybody.
You don't want that, please.
Can I ask you a
So
question,
it's fine. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Please, is it how do we make our money here? Do we still charge on that price?
Yeah, on that price, 5% has been added already. Don't forget.
Already,
Ayata
okay.
did not
Okay.
give Fly for 601. Ayata did not give Egypt Air for 601. All of them got it maybe for 400,000 naira. So everybody now went out there and added their own profit, and one person is expensive and that person is cheaper. Do you understand that?
You explained
So
that
now,
earlier.
yeah, so everybody sells at their own markup. And every time you buy ticket, know that the company made money from you. Don't think that even Kuzang is not cheap. Kuzang made money also. But you don't know because she has added a markup from the back end. We'll get to see all of that. I will explain that. And you too, for the 5 people who are getting it too, you are going to get same too. So by this time tomorrow, because it's still noon where I am, it's almost evening here. But by this time, it's noon here. By tomorrow your own time, by tomorrow noon your own time, the 5 persons from this platform will have their own system set up and they will start selling. So let's move to the next. So what we'll be looking next is how to create complex. Okay.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, you can, please.
Thank you. You gave an example of a trip to the London, UK, and a trip to East London in South Africa. How was it possible to route that trip to South Africa if she doesn't have a visa to South Africa?
Okay, now the story I was telling you then was several years ago, right? So there was a time Nigerians can enter South Africa. You know, there are many countries. Do you know? Let me tell you something. There are you can sell visa services as well to countries that don't require visa. There are many countries Nigerians can go that they don't require visa. Even most of the countries in the Caribbean nations, yeah, Nigerians can go there for free. Even most countries, for some of you who are here now, if you want to go on a vacation, the best places to go for vacation in Africa is Maldives, Seychelles. You can even go to Maldives and Seychelles for free. Just buy flight tickets, carry your Nigerian passport, and get your insurance or health declaration. Once you buy flight ticket, you can go to Maldives and spend 3 months and enjoy yourself. So there are still countries you as a Nigerian passport holder can go for free. So many years back, Nigerians would go for South Africa with no e-visa. Today is e-visa. And when it comes to visa processing, I don't know when next we'll have such sections again. I would have actually shown us some of the ethics and secrets on how to be getting visas, guaranteed visas. You get that now. But I don't know what our convener will be bringing next time. But for this time, let's just stay with where we are now, right? So convener, maybe you organize, you bring us back again to actually learn visa processing, because you can actually do e-visas are anybody can do e-visa service. You don't require technology, you don't require anything. There are platforms you can use. Even our own agency gives out what is known as Visa API. With a Visa API, you can issue e-visas each free. We'll get to talk about that, but maybe when the convener hosts us again to a meeting like this. Now, talking about complex itineraries are usually itineraries that has to do with routing from one place to another place to another place to another place. For instance, I'll be giving out our first software on this question. If someone wants to go to St. Kitts and Nevis from Lagos, how many of us know, can somebody go to Lagos, to St. Kitts and Nevis from Lagos? Let me know people who said it's possible, and let me know people who say it's not possible. Nigerians can go to St. Kitts and Nevis for free. You don't require visa to go there. It's free visa entry. Do we get that now? But it's actually a complex itinerary. The reason is because now, note this. What I'm about to say now will help you not to get into trouble.
Okay.
The fact that, don't forget this thing about saying, if you forget it, it will show tomorrow. Because by the time you start selling flight tickets, you are going to have issues on this thing. Don't forget this. The fact that you are selling ticket does not mean your clients can use that ticket and fly everywhere. There are countries that Nigerians cannot use ticket, cannot stop over. I'm going to mention those countries so that you keep it to heart. Before you issue tickets, you are going to check, you look at it and see whether if a Nigerian is holding. As a matter of fact, all African countries, note this, all African countries cannot board tickets to 2 Schengen countries. If they stop over in 2 Schengen countries, all African countries can't, that visa won't fly. That ticket rather won't fly. So if someone is coming from Ghana, it's coming from Senegal, it's coming from Egypt, it's coming from Gabon, it's coming from Nigeria, and he buys a ticket to places like Toronto in Canada. If you are buying a ticket for Canada, you have to be extremely careful because you're going to pass most European nations. And when I say Schengen countries, Schengen countries are all the countries in Europe. You can Google that. There are about 26 Schengen countries. Just know that anytime your client wants to pass through any European nation, and the flight will stop twice. Oh yeah, let's do it practical. Let's do it practical now. Let's buy a ticket for Toronto. Let's say Mrs. Tina wants to go to Toronto. So she's going from Lagos. Okay, before I continue, who can tell me ABV is which city? ABV.
Abuja.
You guys are so
Abuja.
Abuja.
Okay, great. Everybody is answering. YQR. I'm sure some of you have not heard this one, so I know. YQR.
YQR.
40.
Yugoslavia.
No.
Okay, let me say something. Hold on.
It's the airport in Canada, is it?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Delay 3.
It's the airport in Canada. Yes. I think
YKR is Regina International Airport.
Regina International Airport.
Regina's airport code.
Regina International Airport.
I said,
where is that?
Canada.
That's
in
Canada.
It's in Canada.
In Canada.
It's in Sydney.
Schengen.
It's in Toronto, Canada.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
we can't
breaking.
hear you again.
Me, I'm not even
can't.
seeing all these things though. Noise is
I'm
much, so
not
I
hearing.
can't even hear anything anymore. I'm not seeing anything. All this example you are giving,
Even
I'm
the
not
screen
seeing.
is not. We
Do you
can't
see
see
that
this.
now?
I don't
So
know.
does
I'm
Regina,
not
does it
seeing.
look like
The network
Yugoslavia?
is bad
Does it look like
again.
anything related to Y? No.
I hope after this
Does
we'll
it
just be able to have
capacity
access to the
screen?
screen.
Do we get that now?
You didn't get
I
that.
can't
We
hear
No.
you.
lost you.
We are not
We lost
hearing
Lost
you.
you.
We are not hearing you. I think everybody is mute their mic on. Can't hear you anymore. Hello.
Yeah, he'll be back. His
Hello.
network.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you guys
I'm
hear
not
me
hearing
now?
you.
Sorry for that. Sorry for that. It's the
Yeah,
network.
Yeah.
So please let's just be patient.
Yes. Yes, sir.
you
Okay,
just
great. So now,
we can hear
All
you.
right.
YQR, I said, is Regina. YQR. Okay, great. Okay, so let's take, for
Yeah,
instance, that
you can.
Mrs. Rita is traveling to Lagos to Toronto. So Lagos
Traveling from
remain LOS.
Lagos. LOS.
Toronto is YTO, and
The network is somehow cumbersome this night, sir.
Yeah.
Are you sharing? Are you sharing your desktop? We're not seeing. Okay.
can you see my screen now?
Yes, we
Yes.
can
I
see
can't
your
see
screen.
yes, yes.
I'm not even seeing the screen. I'm just seeing the right top.
Oh, okay, maybe you just zoom. Now, this Lagos to Toronto in Canada. Now, let me tell you something. You can see the ticket is almost 759.
Yes.
Yeah, but
One
if
way.
you buy this ticket, the clients will not board. Now, how do you know? Note, every ticket that passes through America will not fly. Delta Air is owned by America. Can you see? This airline is going to pass from Lagos to where? Asfi Jackson, Atlanta. Can you see now? So because this airline will pass through Atlanta, if you buy these tickets, the client will get police to arrest you and ask you to give him back his money because the ticket will require transit visa. These are complex itineraries. Complex itineraries. Now, complex itineraries are itineraries that require transit visa. So don't involve yourself in them. Because the truth is, you can't get transit visa. You can't. So the clients will not fly. And if the
But
client
how
gets
do
to
you
the
know
airport,
which one has which?
okay, now that's why
How
I'm
do you know
listing
which
the
one will
countries.
require transit?
These are, you know, every airline, every time you buy a ticket that will stop at America, know that that ticket will not fly. It will require transit visa. Don't forget. So the first is America. Anytime an airline will pass through any American continent, sorry, American country, or any of the states in America, and the client or the candidate does not have USA transit visa, just don't buy that ticket. Know that the clients will not fly. Do we get that now? So for this airline now, Delta Air is owned by American. So first it will have to stop in America. So you see, Delta Air will leave Lagos to Atlanta. So if you buy the ticket and your client doesn't have US visa or US transit visa, when he gets to the airport, they are going to chase him or her back. So from Atlanta, it goes to Lesabi, Pearson, goes to. So you don't buy. So all the ticket that has to do with Delta Air that will pass through America, we are not buying. So that is one. Okay, let's check this airline now. Look at this. This is a complex itinerary. You can see there are so many places to stop. I will now explain. This is Angola Air. This tag Angola. You can see this flight will take from Lagos and stop in Luanda in Angola. Are you seeing it now? All African nations, Nigerians can pass through them. All African nations, Nigerian can pass. This is how to sell tickets. There are two A's. The first A is all states in America require transit visa. The second A is all countries in Africa, Africans don't need transit visa. You get that now. So if you are coming to Angola, since Angola and Nigeria are in Africa, so all Africans can enter each of their zones and not require transit visa. So the plane leaves from Lagos and stop at Luanda. And from Luanda, this plane is going to Lisbon. This Portela Lisbon. If you are buying Lisbon is where? Who can tell me?
Portugal. Lisbon is Portugal.
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 Okay, great.
It's in Portugal.
Okay, it's in Portugal. You know, Portugal is in Europe already.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now this is the second rule. If the airline we pass through more than one, if the airline we pass through more than one European country, don't buy the ticket. But if the airline will only pass through one European country, you can still buy the ticket. Don't forget. If the airline will pass through more than one European country, don't buy the ticket. An exception to this is only for the Schengen countries. If an airline will pass more than one Schengen country, don't buy the ticket. But if the airline will pass through one Schengen country, you can buy. But airlines that passes through United Kingdom and Ireland, don't buy those tickets. If you see London or you see Ireland, Dublin Island, don't buy the ticket. The clients will not fly.
I want to ask a question. Why is it that? Can you come for your explanation?
It's a rule.
I didn't get that.
I said,
okay,
why
there
is
are
it?
rules. Yeah. Okay. The reason why they can't fly Nigerians is because let me cite you an instance. Okay. Let's be practical now. Let's take for instance, who will I use? Sorry, if I'm using your name now, I'm not trying to. It's just for the purpose of illustration. So, Mrs. Chinyere, let me use you now. Let's take for instance, Mrs. Chinyere is going
using
to.
Mrs. So use man.
Okay, I should use man, Abi.
It's on a lighter mood.
Okay, let me use Mr. Abbas. Mr. Abbas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Mr. Abbas will fit very well for this, my example. Okay, now let's watch. Mr. Abbas is going to, let's say, Barbados. Barbados is in the Caribbean. It doesn't require visa. Do you understand that? It doesn't require visa to go to Barbados. And he boarded the flight from Lagos, and the flight will stop at London. And he has to wait for 14 hours before they connect back to another place. Mr. Abbas, within that 40 hours, you know, go Japa.
Sharp, no time.
Now, because now you can see they have carried Mr. Abbas from Lagos and he's now in London. He has to wait in London for 14 hours. And nobody is going to, police are not following him. He will just, while he's sitting down there, he will just be looking. He will just come out from the airport door. The next time they will see him again is 4 years when he's coming back because they can't even find him. Do you see that now? So these were the occurrences in the past. As of last year, June, you can pass through London, but most of the commuters or passengers, when they get to London with waiting hours for 6 hours, sometimes in the night, some of them will sneak out of the airport, and that is the last time they heard about them.
Okay.
You now know why those nations then said, okay, since we have understood your trick, don't pass through our nation again unless you have transit visa. Because if you have transit visa, government will be aware
Okay.
that you are in their nation and you are passing through. So that is the reason. So let me give the rules again. Anytime you are buying tickets and you see anything that resembles any state in America, don't buy, because America will not allow you to pass. So in that case, your clients will not be able to board the plane in Lagos or Abuja or anywhere. Number two, anytime you are buying a ticket and you have to pass through more than one Schengen country, don't buy, because they are not going to allow your clients to board the flight. Don't buy ticket that passes through London and Dublin in Ireland.
Okay.
So if a ticket is passing through Dublin in Ireland and you see London, don't just buy, because they will never carry your clients. Now, if your client is not going to Canada and the ticket passes through Canada, don't buy. Maybe your client is going, because to go to Barbados, most times you have to pass through Canada, because the distance between Canada and Barbados is 6 hours. So don't buy. But when you see the following, you can buy. Buy for all African countries. Buy for all Asian countries. So once it's an Asian country or it's an African country, you can buy. Do we get that now? So if a ticket is passing through India, because India is in Asia, right? Turkey is in Asia, right? And Qatar is in Asia. United Arab Emirates is in Asia. Oman is in Asia. So you can buy for all of these places, and you and your clients will not have issues. Do you get that now? So let's go back to my screen so that we will see if we can buy this ticket. Now look at this ticket now. From Portela is going to Dublin. Should we buy this ticket?
No.
No.
We buy this ticket.
Don't fly.
Your screen.
Portugal is there and Dublin is there.
Buy, because there is what? Dublin. And now what again? This one is Royal Emma. So Royal Emma, let me just read it from here. From Lagos is going to Casablanca. The CMN is Casablanca. Now from Casablanca it's going to Lisbon. Portugal is a Schengen country, one Schengen country. Then from Lisbon, is he going to Dublin? Should we buy?
Don't.
No.
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 Definitely
No.
no. No.
Okay, now this one, now let me know if we should buy. This airline from Lagos is going to Accra.
Okay.
Are we seeing it?
Buy.
Yes.
From Accra is going to FCO Rome. Okay, now from Accra is going to Rome in Italy. Then from Italy it's going to Canada. Can we buy?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. They are in
You can buy
Africa.
now.
We can buy.
You have to Canada.
Accra is in Africa. Rome. Yeah, you can buy.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Can
I'm
buy.
not done. What you? Let me say it again so that you know the countries we are passing. From Lagos we are entering Ghana, Accra. From Accra we enter Italy. This is Italy, FCO.
No.
Italy, Rome,
No,
Italy.
Italy is there.
Italy is Europe.
Then
Italy is
from
in
Italy
Europe.
we are entering Canada. But do you know you can buy this ticket? Remember I said something. If you are going to pass through more than one Schengen country,
More than one
Schengen
Schengen
country here,
Yeah.
and the only Schengen country here is Italy, right? There's no any other Schengen
It's
country,
Italy,
right?
yes.
Yes. So we can buy.
We can buy.
Do you see that now? You can
Yeah.
buy. And this airline is Africa World Air. That is the airline. Okay, let me go down. Okay. Okay, no, you guys, I just want to say, okay, now. Let me know people that we say we should buy. Lagos to Addis Ababa, because it's Ethiopian Air, right? From Addis Ababa to Gatwick, then Gatwick to Toronto. Should we buy?
We can buy.
No.
London.
Lagos to Addis Ababa.
We can buy.
Because
Okay,
of
let me
Gatwick.
read
Addis
it.
Ababa.
Let me read
No,
it again
Gatwick,
so that you
no.
understand it. So because of Gatwick, Gatwick is
Yes,
London,
buy.
it's the United Kingdom.
Yes,
If
you
you
can
buy
buy.
Gatwick,
You can
and
buy.
look at the money. You can't buy. Look at it, 1,051,730. And airline will not refund you the money. It's you and the client that will go into trouble. So the clients will drag you and start dragging you. Okay, this is the okay. I don't know if this one is best. Lagos to Cairo, because it's Egypt Air, right? Cairo in Egypt. Then Cairo in Egypt to Toronto. Can we buy?
That's good.
Yes.
Yes.
This one is
Yes.
best.
But it's too expensive.
This is the best. We can buy. This is one of the best because it's direct. You use Egypt and you get to Egypt, Cairo in Egypt, then Cairo, you just move to
Please,
where?
you push your line to be talking. Is everybody? We're not hearing him.
Okay,
talk.
sorry.
You have to understand the explanation.
Please something.
Okay, now
You push
we
your
I have
have
a
line to
one.
talk.
question, please.
Okay,
No.
that's
Excuse
your
me.
question, please.
Yes.
Okay.
You said from Lagos to Cairo, Cairo to Toronto, you can buy.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometime I have an auntie that traveled from Lagos to Cairo, and they had some delay, some few hours waiting, and she was going on her way to America. But she had a Cairo, an Egypt visa, so she went to see a friend. By the time she came back, she had a problem because they said she can't travel again with that airline that she had used her Egypt visa, and there was so much chaos before even when she was finally they allowed her to travel, I think the next day. But when she was coming back, she had problems stopping in that Cairo before coming back to Nigeria. So I don't understand why. But now you say
Okay,
that
now.
it's possible to
Okay, now.
do Cairo.
Look at the instance you gave now. The person has actually defaulted on the fare rule. He came because her flight was stopping in Cairo, Egypt. She left the airport and went to visit her friend. So on coming back, this is what really happened. Before she came back, the same flight she was supposed to board has departed. Let me show you what I meant. Look at it now. Let's go back to that Cairo. It's still the same Egypt Air, but they're not the same airline. It's not the same aeroplane. Watch it.
Okay.
From Lagos to Cairo. Look at the name of the airline they are using. The aeroplane is Egypt Air MX876. You get that now.
Okay.
Now, when she now gets to Cairo, from Cairo to Leicester, BPSN is MX995. So if this plane should depart, what is in her ticket is MX995. So if the plane should leave before she gets there, the ticket is no longer valid because she has skipped an airline. You get that now. If the same thing she did was in Europe, they would have the time has gone. But if she has done the same thing in Europe, they can even jail her and give her 10 years ban to that country.
Really?
You get that now? Sure.
Wow.
So that is why you also advise your clients adequately. So that is that but calculating fares for different routes or understanding complex itineraries is important. Don't forget the rules I gave you. The rules are so important. There are so many clients who have run into debt of millions. Many agencies are in debt of millions because they made mistake of buying transit visa tickets. But now you have known. So anytime you want to issue ticket, for some of us that are going to be going home with free platform like Kuzang Fly, you will be more careful so that you don't run into debt. Because once you issue the ticket, it's not refundable unless it's a refundable ticket. And if the ticket is not refundable, airline will not give you the money. NDC LCC licensors will not give you back the money. Remember, the client does not know me. The client only knows you. The client does not know Egypt Air. And it's in your office, the client knows. So let's be extremely careful. Let me state the rules again. Anytime, let me put out the rules again. So to the rules now. Anytime an airplane is going to pass through any of the airports in America, don't buy. Anytime a plane will pass through United Kingdom or any state in United Kingdom or city in United Kingdom and Dublin, don't buy. If a plane is going to pass through more than one Schengen countries, don't buy.
Sir, please, your line is not.
Okay, let me say it again.
Please, sir, can you help us just type it on the chat person so that everybody can just go there and see it? Thank you, sir.
Okay, can I ask a question? What if the client, if the client has a transit visa, you can buy for them?
Transit visa, please buy. Or if the client has a visa in that country already, either a tourist visa, a student visa, a work visa, that is still valid. That is still valid.
Okay.
You can buy.
Okay.
All right.
Through America, through Dublin, more than one Schengen country.
That don't buy. So because if you buy, you end up using them. You can ask your question, please.
Okay, thank you. So for that scenario you just mentioned about Cairo and US, so does it state on the ticket whether it's allowed to leave the airport or not? I'm thinking if it is a long flight, maybe the next flight is the next day, and the person has and the person go out and come back again and the flight.
Please,
But
I think we have so many people with their mic on. I don't want to unmute everybody so that at least we'll be able to respond.
So that
When
whoever
you
is asking questions can ask.
Good.
Sorry, ma, can I get the question again?
Okay.
From
that scenario that someone just asked now, does it state on the flight if the traveler is allowed to leave the airport or if they have to stay? For instance, if the person has a visa in that country and the next flight is maybe the next day, the person go out and come back inside the airport illegal. Thank you.
Okay, now thank you so much. Every ticket you see has something called fair rule. There are rules to every ticket your client is holding. Your client don't know those, don't know the rule. That's why you are the agent. Literally, your client should have gone to one website and buy ticket and fly, is it not? But because they don't understand these things, they trusted your expertise, your professionalism. That is why they came to your office to buy the ticket. Not minding, because for instance, when we checked Lagos to Amsterdam, it was 601. Do you know if a client comes to your office, you can sell that ticket for 900,000? Do you know? Because you can still sell at whatever rate you want to sell. That the client still paid you, judging and relying on your expertise. You see that now. So you are the expert. It's believed that you are a consultant. So you should be well astute and vast when it comes
Abbas,
to understanding
please help
the
us
rules
mute
that
yourself.
applies. When it comes to the rules that applies to any of the nations your clients are going to, you get that now. So most times, even if the person is holding a visa for that country, as long as that is not the final destination of the person, it's advisable that the person should not leave that airport and start visiting friends and relatives. You get that now. So
Yes,
let that be
Thank you.
noted and all its environs. So I've shared
So the
places
person
you
will
must know
spend
about.
10 to 14 hours at the airport there.
Yeah, the person spends that in the airport. There are lobbies in the airport. So it's not as if there are hotels in the airport, you can pay for short rest in the airport and relax. You get that now. And most airlines like Qatar Air will give you 5-star hotel if there is a long waiting time. Not all airlines do them. That's why I see some cloud hotels.
We can't hear you again.
We can't hear you again. We can't hear you. Hello.
And let's just hold on. Sorry, it's
We
network
can't hear.
problem everywhere.
Hello? We can't hear you, the facilitator.
Your video is not visible.
Sorry,
Yes,
can you
sir. It's
guys
not
hear me
visible at
now?
all.
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
I'd like to
Okay,
ask
now,
you a
so
question.
I've chatted, don't buy. Places you must not buy. Now, places you must buy, all African nations. All African nations and all Asian countries.
Oh, my network is really interrupting. You can still check the chat. You can check the chat room. You'll
Okay,
see
please ask
him
your
dropping
question.
some things there.
Okay. Like if someone has a travel agent now, do we have to register?
Okay.
Do we have to register with the airport? Because if the client is paying, they are not paying into our account. How do we get our own part of the money, sir?
Okay, now, this is how the system works. That though what you're asking now would have been the last segment. So maybe with that
Okay,
now,
sir, okay.
we answer your
Okay.
question by, okay, we'll answer your question in the course of this. So is there any other question before
Okay,
we
sir.
move to two most important sections?
A question for me, sir.
Okay, you can ask now.
That is
Okay,
500.
nice with me.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can hear you.
please.
Can I ask a question? Hello,
Okay,
I
you
want to
can.
ask a
Please,
question.
let's hold on. If you have a question, just raise your hand. I'll be picking
Hello,
us
I
one
have
after
a
the other.
question.
If you have a question,
Okay.
just put up your hand. We'll pick you one after the other, please, so that the class will not be rowdy. Okay, we have Mr. Abbas. Mr. Abbas is not here.
Monocle is 500. Okay, take away 500.
Mute your mic. Who is buying rice? Who is
Jollof
buying
rice.
rice? Mute your mic.
For 200. You don't need 300. Yeah.
I don't know why people,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know why people are so
Please,
to
mute
mute everybody.
now.
Mute everybody, please.
They should mute
Hey,
that guy. Let them
Mute
mute the mic.
I will
That guy
mute
is disturbing.
everybody, and then I have to go and. Good.
Meeting they ask him the right.
Okay, now. Okay, can proceed now. Can you guys hear
Okay,
me?
sir, are you with us? Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you, sir. Just
okay.
go on.
Okay, now, so now we are going to the most important. The reason why all of us are here is because of these two sections. How do I make money? Because why you are joining the class is to make money. So we are going to discuss possible ways you can make money tonight and how you can start making money almost immediately. So when you know how to make money, then we now launch you to start making the money even in the next 24 hours. So I'm sure this part of the section will be so important. So first, there are different avenues for which a traveling agent or agency can make money. There are so many ways you can make money from ticketing. The first way is you can make money by earning commission, right? Because for most traveling agents that sell tickets, whether if you are selling with Amadeus, for instance, Amadeus will give you commission every time you sell. They might give you commission of 3% or 2%. Usually it's 2%. But the problem with Amadeus or GDS providers is you are limited on the amount you can make. The reason is because their tickets are expensive. You can see what happened with Wakanda that we saw. Very expensive. So nobody will buy from you. The first one, okay, let me see you Wakanda now. Can you see we just did Lagos to Amsterdam? This is Wakanda, 946. Imagine if you are using Amadeus like Wakanda, and this same ticket, somebody has it for 601. Will you ever buy from yourself? The answer is no. Even you can't even buy from your own self because you are saying that they are selling 601 and you are selling 900 and something. Even you can't, your wife can't buy from you, your children can't buy from, your friends can't buy from you. everybody will go to where it is cheap. So the first thing is people make money by gaining commission, but that is for GDS. Now we now have what is called NDC. We that we are NDC licensors, we don't give you commission. You decide your own markup. Do you see that now? So in deciding your own markup, you decide how much percentage you want to make on the ticket. And I'm going to show us a practical now, right? How much do you want to make on the ticket? Do you want to make 5%? Do you want to make 10%? Do you want to make 20% on the ticket? Any amount you want to make on the ticket is your choice. So you are the one who decide the amount you want to make. So that is one of the ways you make money. If you are using GDS, you are sure not going to make money because GDS one is expensive and GDS will give you the commission at the end of the month. And they can only give you 2%. And because your ticket is expensive, so you will not sell to many people. You only sell to maybe some elites or very wealthy people in the society. But everybody cannot buy from you. And another problem with GDS is only your laptop or your computer. People cannot sit in the comfort of their houses and buy your ticket by visiting your website. So that actually places an embargo on you. And you don't decide how much you earn. They only give you 2% at the end of the month. But for NDC, you decide how much you earn. You're the one who decide your markup. You get paid first before the ticket is issued. So in this case now, if you are selling a particular ticket, the moment the client pays, the money goes to you. And when the money goes to you, you keep your own markup and you send the money that is meant for the ticket to us and we issue the ticket for you. So that brings us to what we say, empowering you to launch your own flight and hotel booking platform. At this time now, we actually have a software which is a white label tool. So I'm going to give 5 persons today for free. Other persons who are not getting, apologies to that. Instead of paying 500,000 Nigerian naira, we are going to allow you to pay 40%. So we'll give you 60% off for those who are on the platform. The cost of the software is 500,000 naira. There are more than 150 people who are already on the platform across Africa and in other parts of the world. So just like Kuzang Fly, you can see we were checking all of these tickets from Kuzang Fly. You can buy from Kuzang Fly as it seems. So now I'm going to give 5 persons that same leverage to be like Kuzang Fly. And for others who are not going to get that leverage, the cost of the software is 500,000 Nigerian naira. But because you participated, we'll give you 60% discount. So you are going to pay only 200,000. So now let me now explain how you make money
Well, I
with the
think that's
software.
fair enough. That's fair enough, sir.
Yeah, nobody is saying anything. I'm taking it back to 80.
Thank you. That's very good.
I've done well, sir.
Hope I
Thank you
will
so much.
amplify.
You're welcome.
Quiet
You're
to
welcome.
understand it better.
Okay, now, so let me explain. So we at Trapsify, actually coming from a travel tech company called Trapsify. So Trapsify is actually a travel tech company situated in the United States of America. And we are also in Africa as well.
Just mute yourselves.
Please mute everybody, oh, please. Mute everybody.
Okay, now. We are not in Ghana at the time, we're only in Nigeria. Convener, I want to say something. Lola Okore, we are giving her the software for free. Note that. Lola Okore. Lola, are you in the house?
Congratulations. If you are not in the house, we'll give to another person.
I am. Thank you.
Please.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
So, Lola, the reason is because Lola was one who chatted good offer. He said, wow, this offer is a good one. So for saying that, we also want to tell her thank you by giving her, she's the first, everybody say congratulations. Okay, congratulations, Lola. Good. That's
Congratulations, Lola.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, now, so let me now go to explain how you make money with the software. So when you have the software, you are going to have a website like this. So people can visit your website. Lola, are you a traveling agent?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what is the name of your traveling agency? Let me advertise you.
Thank you. Enhanced Learning Travel and Tours.
Enhanced Learning, Travel, and
Learning,
Tour.
travel, and
So,
tour.
okay, so it will interest you that by this time tomorrow, you'll see a ticket company called Enhanced Fly. For some of us who don't want to buy the software and who are not winning the software, go and buy from Lola and Kuzang Fly. So you see Enhanced Fly. So now, let me now get to explain what the platform looks like. So when you get the software, either for free or paid, you are going to be getting a full developed website like this. And this thing happens in less than 3 hours. So you sell in all the currencies in the world. So you can see now, you can sell in Nigerian Naira. Okay, I'm not sharing my tab. Let me share. So for Enhanced Flight that just came on board now, they are going to have something like this. All of this will be in their informations. And the software in question is multi-currency. So you can see USD, can see pounds. You can sell in all the currencies in the world. And it's also translatable in all the languages, major languages in the world. So now, someone who speaks Turkey and someone from Turkey can buy in his Turkish language. Let's do a demo. So when I click on Turkish, the entirety of the content is changed to Turkish language. Can you see that? So this actually makes it practically possible for you to sell to the entirety of the globe, because you can still sell to anyone in any part of the world. You can sell to someone from Español, Spain, in his Spanish language. You can sell to someone from Middle East Asia that understands only Arabic in his Arab language. So you can see Arabic. So everything will be translated into Arabic. So one, there is no language barrier. You can see that now. And two, users or people can actually buy in their local currency. For people in Europe, in Britain, they can buy in Great British Pounds. South African can buy in Rand. European nations can buy in Euro. Pakistan can buy in Rupee. Japanese can buy in Yuan. Indian can buy in Rupee. Chinese Yuan. Turkish Rial. Rupee. You can sell even in any currencies. The Russia Rupee, any currencies. And you can still add more currencies. That is the beauty. Beyond this also now, when you have the same solution, you can, other suppliers and agents can register. So other traveling agencies can partner with you as well. Then you give them commission. I'll teach you how you do that and show you how to do that. And other airlines, because currently at the time in Nigeria, only Air Peace and United Airlines is part of the IATA program. Dana Air and Arik Air are not part of the IATA program. So they are just local airlines. And you still want to sell Dana Air and Arik, in that regard or in that vein, you have to sign partnership with them and add them manually. I'll still show you how to do that. So now other traveling agents can sign up with you and they will create an account and also be selling the tickets, and you give them commission. And the beauty of it is when you are using the platform, you will sell the tickets in your own business name. You are going to issue the tickets in your own business name, your phone number and address. And when it comes to payment, the payment comes directly to you. You are not paying us. When clients want to pay you, we have different payment gateways. They can use bank transfers, they can use PayStack, they can use Stripe. They can pay you in all major payment gateways in the world. So when you take the money, the system automatically calculates your profit. We are going to do all of that shortly, just to explain the system. So this part that you guys can see is called the front end. Yes, where users can search for anything. And at the time, you can sell tickets in any part of the world. You can sell London to Dubai. Okay, let's do a demo. Let's sell LHR, that is London. Someone in London wants to go to Dubai DSB and sell. So regardless, you don't have to say only Nigerian, Lagos to other part of the world. You can say from other part of the world to other part of the world without necessarily having, and at those points, you don't need IATA license. The reason is because we are IATA global license holders. So whoever that is using this software of ours automatically is entitled to get a free IATA TIDS. So for instance, Enhanced Fly has free IATA TIDS for getting the software with us. So you can sell both SOTO and SOTI. So this is SOTO, outbound flight. You can see Lagos to DSB. So you can sell tickets in any part of the world. We are giving you the leverage to do that seamlessly. So this part you can see here is called the front end. So here is where users can come. So if anybody wants to buy a ticket from you, you just give them your website address, or you start running ads on your website address. So for instance now, Enhanced Fly. So Enhanced Fly gets this tomorrow and start running adverts. So as they're running adverts, people will just be going directly to their website. And because Enhanced Fly will be cheaper than Waka now, cheaper than Travel Better, cheaper than Travel Star, cheaper than Travel Wings, what happens? Everybody will start buying from her. And Enhanced Fly will make money. I'll show you how she's going to make money with practicals to show. So this part that all of you are seeing is called the front end. Now let me now show you the back end. When you create accounts, you are going to have both front end and back end. So the part I'm sharing now, I'm sharing my screen now, is the back end. These are the back end looks like. So I'm going to take the time and explain. Whatever happens on the front end reflects on the back end. So here's the dashboard. So you can see 5 confirmed bookings, 1 unpaid bookings, 1 pending bookings, 5 paid bookings, blah, blah, blah. You can also calculate your revenue. How much have you made for a particular day? How many tickets were sold and all. You can see people that want to cancel requests and all. That's all from the dashboard. Now, beyond that, now you have your settings. The system is so simple. You don't need any tech person to set anything for you. You can do your settings all by yourself. So general settings, when you click on general settings, you can see here you have Kuzang Global Limited. You can change this. You can type anything you want to type, change it to anything you want to do. And when you are done, you save it. So you can change it to your agency name and all. You can add your own logo. You can add your logo as well. So you can see there's a Kuzang Global logo. You can add your favicon. So it's very easy. You can add anything you want to add. It's easy. Look at contact. In contact, you can, these are Kuzang's numbers. This is Kuzang Fly address. So you add your own address and all. And the good news is for everybody who is getting the software, we are going to do all of this setup for you for free. And you are going to have a personal ticketing officer you can call for any issue, for inquiries. Like the lectures we have now, most part of our staffs are IATA licensed facilitators, most of our staffs. So we understand the airfare business so well, so we can advise you. So in cases where you're having issues with ticket or trying to revalidate, should I buy or I should not buy, right? You can reach out to your personal ticketing officer. He will guide you accordingly. And beyond that, now beyond general settings, you can add currencies. Now, someone said in Ghana, so he said, can they do that for Ghana too? So you can see these are the available currencies we have. Let's add Ghana cedis. So if I click add here, I can add Ghana cedis. So let's call the currency cedis. I don't know what the symbol for Ghana cedis is. Okay, let's add Kenyan shilling. Kenyan shilling is, okay, KES. Okay, but let's just do Kenyan shilling. Let's say the code is KES. And let's say the rate of $1 to Kenyan shilling, let's say is 132 Kenyan shilling. So let's save this. So when we save this now, automatically it starts showing on the front end. Let's go back to the front end. This is the front end. This time now you can see there's no Kenyan shilling here, right? But when I refresh my page, Kenyan shilling, because I added Kenyan shilling from the back end, automatically Kenyan shilling starts showing. Can you see KES here? So if someone in Kenya decides to buy the ticket in his Kenyan shilling, he can buy. And when he searches, he's going to get the ticket in Kenyan shilling. So the system is actually robust and the system is bespoke and spec. So it's something you can't wait to come on board. So you can see the ticket is now displayed in Kenyan shilling now. Can we see that now? So you can add multiple currencies. You can add all the currencies in the world and sell in all of the currencies. Beyond that, also now there are multiple payment gateways. For Nigerian markets, you can use bank transfers, you can use Paystack. For international markets or other markets where Paystack is not available, you can use PayPal, you can use Stripe. For Asian market, you can use Razorpay and Padu. For Turkey, you can use Set MPOS. And bank transfer is applicable to all. And you can still add more payment gateways if you so desire. And beyond that also, you can add all of your social connections. Social connections like your Facebook page link, your Twitter, your YouTube, your WhatsApp, your Instagram, so that people, when they click, they will chat to you or they will get to go to your social media. So not to bother our time or take so much time because we have limited time. We are supposed to end this meet by 9:30 Nigerian time. So I have to change my time to your time so that I can be at the same pace. So now, let me just show you how to make money. Now for Kuzang Flywheel has this thing running. An enhanced Flywheel will be coming tomorrow. Now, for you to make money, you go to modules. We design the system in such a way that you control the totality of your income. That's why we have what is called Trustify B2B. So you click that. So when you click that on the module, Here's where you add your markup. So first is the B2C markup. B2C markup is how much percentage do you want to make when customers buy tickets from you? Let's say Kuzang wants to make 10%. B2B markup is other agents that are your partners that are selling the ticket for you. How much do you want to give them? You give them, let's say, 5%. Now, let me explain. If Kuzang Fly gives our agent 5%, it means when the agent buy the ticket, they will get the ticket 5% lesser. Customers will get the ticket for 10% profit, while agent get it for 5%. The B2E here are enterprises like local airlines, like the Dana Arik that I said are not part of the IATA program. So let's say you decide to make 3% from them. Here is your API key. This is the most important. Everything that happens in this Kuzang Fly is also visible on our system. As people are buying from Kuzang Fly, from Enhanced Plan, all of our partners all over the world, we get a notification that somebody has buy. And when they buy, what Kuzang will pay is the exact amount for the ticket minus our markup. But we'll get back to that. I'm going to show you a practical instance. So I'm going to submit this. So remember now, Kuzang has added 10%, right? Let me now refresh the page. The last search we made was, somebody should note this, 42,791. Somebody should note this. So we are going to repeat the search now because Kuzang Fly has added 10%. So 10% will be added to this 42 because the person that is buying currently is a customer. So let's go back and repeat the search. So when I search again, 10% has been added automatically. So can you see now? So before it was 42, now it's now 47. Are we seeing that now? Because 10% has been added. So it simply means for Kuzang Fly, who is going to sell this ticket to someone in Kenya, she's making about 5,000 or thereabout on 10%. So this is how you make money with our system. And if somebody books on your platform, automatically it will show on your B2B dashboard. So now I'm going to take us to the B2B dashboard and we are going to do some practicals so that you can understand, okay, if I'm using your platform, somebody buys tickets from me and pays me, what do I do? You keep your own commission or markup and you send or fund your balance with us on the exact cost of the ticket and the ticket will be issued. So let me log in to Kuzang Fly B2B dashboard. So I'll share my screen once I log in. Okay, I'll share my screenshot. Okay, now for you to log in, we have what is known as the API dashboard. So the API dashboard is what connects you to us. And everything that happens on your website automatically shows on our own website via the API, So now, how do you get that? How do you get that? You get that. Now, how do you get that? For you to sign up for the API, you visit our website known as classifiedb2b.com. Let me show you. This is the website. So can you see sell travel without the complexity? This is our website. Here's where you sign up for your API. For some of us who maybe at the end of the class, you can still go and check. So now we are going to log in as Kuzang so that you can see Kuzang API dashboard. Then I'll get to explain that. I'll use this to explain so that you understand. So this is Kuzang dashboard. Can you see hello Kuzang? Can we see that? So this is our API dashboard. So from your API dashboard, you can see all the flight ticket that people search on your website. And you can see all the ticket that people book on your website. And from here, you will issue. And you have a balance. The balance is where you add funds to your balance. So when somebody pays you, you can come and add funds to your balance. And at the time now, you can, since you are in Nigeria, Nigerians can add funds in Naira. Other countries can add funds in their local currency. So you can see you can either add funds with our checkout. We also have our own payment gateway known as the Trustfied Checkout, or you can do local bank transfer. So when you click pay, it will take you to where you are going to add the amount you want to add to your balance. So now you can see this is the account number. So you transfer to this account, automatically it will now reflect in your balance. You get that now. And the good news is when you fund the Naira, it will be converted, your balance will be updated in USD. And our exchange rate is Google displayed rate. So whatever rate Google is displayed on Google as a data, that is our rate. We don't do BDC, we don't do black market, we don't use Aboki price, we use Google rate. So that is one of the advantage. And like I explained, everything that you search on your website, as long as you're using our API, you'll see that on your flight dashboard. So we are going to do a demo now. We are going to go back to Kuzang Fly to make search, and we are going to do a demo booking. So when we are done with that now, so that you can see how the system works. Now Kuzang has added 10% to the ticket. Now, how we she, if the client pays, how we she calculate at 10%? She doesn't have to calculate the 10%. The system automatically will send the exact amount of the ticket minus our 10% to our API dashboard. We are going to do that now. So let's go back to Kuzang. So let me share my tab. Let me change the currency to Nigerian Naira so that we can actually see. Then while we are doing this, we are going to search for, let's take for instance, we are going to search for Lagos. Let's just say Lagos to BSB, Lagos to BSB 805. So when we search, the moment the search shows here, automatically it will be recorded on Kuzang dashboard that somebody searched for Lagos to Dubai. So let's go back to our dashboard. This is the Kuzang dashboard. So the last search, what was recorded here, the last search somebody searched on our platform was London to Dubai. So now, but let me refresh. You find out that that Lagos to Dubai is now showing. Now, so let's see, go back. So what we just search now is Lagos to Dubai. So you can see it here. So for everything, for every time people search on your website, automatically it will show. Now let's try to pay. Let's say this client decides to book this ticket. Let me share this tab. So the client clicks book now, and he wants to pay for the ticket. So when this client pay, let's see how much is the exact cost of the ticket. The ticket is 544,000. Can see 544,093 naira. So let's just proceed to payment. So let's. It's not showing. Okay.
Yes, it's not showing.
Okay.
It's showing. It's showing now.
Okay. Is it showing now? Is it showing now?
Not yet. Yes, not yet. Okay, yes.
Showing now.
Okay. So now the Lagos to Dubai Rwanda air we got is 544,093. So let's try to book so that you see how the booking system works. So let's call the clients Kuzang tutorials. Okay, Kuzang tutorials. Yeah, so these are the details of the client. And before I proceed, note this. If you spell the client's name wrongly, he or she will not fly. So maybe you want to spell maybe Johnson. Instead of S-O-N, you now put S-I-N. That is not Johnson, and that person will not fly. And that's the reason why before you book or issue ticket, you tell the client, send me your data page. So the client will send you his data page. So you copy exactly what is on that data page for the booking. Because if you spell the details wrongly, that client will not fly. Email, let's say support, let's say the email is support@wefly.com. Now it's asking for phone number. Let's say this is the phone number. It's asking for address. Let's say this is the address. The country, the client is Nigeria. His nationality is Nigeria. So let's enter Nigeria. Now, traveler's information. Let's say is a male. His name is Kuzang and Kuzang Fly. His nationality is Nigeria. Let's locate that. And if you put a wrong nationality, the client also will not fly, because in most cases, you have to put the client passport number. So, and if you get date of birth wrongly too, the client might not fly. So let's say this client was born the 1st of August, 1999. He's an adult. So passport ID number, can you see that? So let's say this is the passport ID number of the client. Now, passport issuance date. When was the passport issued? Let's say July 5th. Okay, let's say 5th July 2023. That was when the client got it. And the passport will expire July 4th. July 4th, 2033. Let's say it's a 10 years passport. Now, when you are done doing all this now, can you see there are different options for the client to pay? Pay with Razor Pay, pay with Stripe. So let's say this client wants to pay with bank transfer. So when he or she clicks bank transfer, clicks confirm booking, it will take the client to where he or she will pay. But because we are not paying, we don't have to pay. So you can see this is what the client will see, 544,000, so proceed. So a bank account will be displayed for the client to pay. So can you see now, this is the bank account the client has to pay. But because the client paid with bank transfer, we have to authenticate the ticket manually. How do I do that? Now, let's go to bookings. Let me share you now. I'm back to Kuzang back end, where she wants to authenticate. Okay, let's say the client has transferred the money, she has received the money, and she wants to issue this ticket with us. All she needs is for her to locate that ticket. The ticket there is Kuzang flight. Can you see? 544,093. So what she will do is she's going to change the ticket status to confirmed. She's going to change the payment status to paid. She's going to see that the ticket has been what? Paid. Then she executes the booking. So when she clicks execute now, the moment she does that, the ticket will be executed. Then she will now see the true cost of that ticket on our own platform. On our own website, it's 544,093 naira. Don't forget, she has added our what? She added 10%, which is our markup, which is our profit. So this is what she's saying. Now to issue the ticket, she will come back to our, this is our API dashboard, our B2B. So let's refresh this. So when she refreshes now, she's going to see everything that happens over what the clients did there and all. She's going to see that. So now, when you go down now, so you can see booking. Can you see? The cost of that ticket is 494. And if you check 494 by CBN rate, it's not up to that amount. And you can see every information about that ticket came here. Booking status is pending. You can see the origin is Lagos, destination is DSB, and departure is 8th of May 2024. So, and all the information of the client are also showing here on our B2B dashboard. So now the next thing is options to book now. Let's assume she has funds. If she has funds now, when she click book now, you can see the system says your booking fee will be deducted from your wallet. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
You don't like the way you smile.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Okay, yes. My apologies. Okay, now you can see my screen. So now when somebody books from our website, automatically it starts showing on our B2B dashboard. Here's where she will issue the ticket. She has kept her own profits of 10%. So she will now pay the exact cost of the ticket here after taking her profit. So here it's 494. There's about 490 something thousand, and the ticket is 540 something. So these are the itinerary, the origin, Lagos, destination, DSB, departure date. So she can still see everything, 8th of May 2024. And she can also see the client's information. The client is an adult, was born on the 1st of August 1999. He's a Nigerian. His passport ID is this, gender is male, first name is Kuzang, last name is Fly. So options now is to book now. So if she clicks book now and she has money in her wallet, the ticket will be issued automatically. But if she doesn't have money in her wallet, the ticket will say insufficient funds. So you can say insufficient balance because you don't have that amount. So for all of us who are on this platform, you can start issuing tickets and you can start adding your own markup. And you can also sell to agents. Other traveling agents can come and register with you and you give them commission. So now you have 100% autonomy. The design is your own design. when the ticket is issued, it will be issued in your business name. There's nothing Trafsify in the ticket. So nobody knows that you are using us except you. So you can tell your friends that we issue tickets, we are issuing tickets now, and we can issue, and you are issuing. And for coming on board also, we'll get you a free IATA TIDS. So you have that certificate in your office. So when other people come, you tell them, I'm also a member of IATA, and you can participate in all IATA meetings, go for conferences, IATA conferences, and also participate in all IATA programs. So in a bit now, this 1 minute to 9:30 is just what we have on board. So for now, we only have one winner, Enhanced Fly. So now you can ask, for those who have questions, they can ask before I pick the other 4 persons who will be getting the system for free. So if you have questions, maybe just put up your hand. The convener will unmute you to talk. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. This is really, really a great
Thank
session.
you very much.
This is very
Thank you so
beautiful.
much. This is
Thank you
amazing.
so much, sir. It's been amazing.
Thanks so much, guys. Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Okay,
We really
so
appreciate.
as it is now, we
It's
are
quite
having a lot of
intellectual
hands here. We are
Okay.
having a lot of hands here. Please, let's all mute ourselves. You can drop your comments on the chat room. So we have the first person on the list for question. We have just 6 people. So please, let's attend to this one so that we can call it a day. We have all tried. We have spent time here a lot. And I appreciate you for honoring our invitation and being here. Thank you so much. We are not taking that for granted. All right, the first person we have here is Odinachi. So please, can you ask your question? Unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, it looks like Odinachi is not around. Maybe we'll go to Awe. Awe Ibukunolua. Please,
Yes.
can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Sorry
Yes,
if I murder your name.
No problem. It's Ibukun Oluwa Awe. No problem. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Please, are you on?
Yes, I am. I just muted myself so that I can
All
also
right,
note
sir.
so that I don't
Okay.
Thank
I
you,
was
sir.
going to ask, when you were talking about a connecting flight or a flight for transit, and you were saying somebody left the airport to go to a friend's place, and that was wrong. I was going to ask, isn't there supposed to be a time frame of when the flight she came with is going to move that will make her know when to come back, even if she has to go anywhere? What if, for instance, she didn't leave the airport but went somewhere but still did not know that the flight was going to move? Would that be her fault?
Okay, now that is actually a great one. Vis-a-vis on the ticket or when you are boarding, it's called the board pass. On the board pass, there is everything about the itinerary, the time, and everything is there already. Connecting, departing is there already. But most times, as humans, we always have what is known as human error. You might decide to just go out a little. Maybe there will be traffic, heavy traffic, and also you are not able to come back. And beyond this, also now, airlines can still change the date and change the timing. Maybe if there is a mist or fog, or maybe there's a bad weather for that trip, they might still change the date or change the timing. So you just have to keep abreast with what exists. You get that? But it's always advisable, even if you are doing a connecting flight, that you have to sleep over. Most times you sleep over because most of the tickets might be in the night.
I don't trust.
It's always advisable
You are called.
that
you
ask questions. You
ask please again. Sorry, when you want to
ask questions.
It's just seconds. Cross.
Please, can somebody just
mute yourself?
The floor. Up is on the floor. Just hand.
Okay, I'm listening, sir.
You get that now. So it's always advisable you use the timing on your board pass, And if there will be any change, you should also ask questions amicably. You get that
Okay.
now. You should ask
Yeah.
questions amicably. But most times, don't leave the airport. Because if, like the instance she gave, if that was in Europe, she can be jailed and even banned for years because they'll be thinking she wants to use that to migrate
run it.
illegally to their country. You get that?
Oh,
Now, it's because it's an African nation. That's why it is still flexible, and she even have the opportunity to be begging, right?
okay. Okay.
Some
All right.
nations will not allow that. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Yeah.
Sama, you can lower your hand. The next person is Joyce. Can you unmute yourself now, Joyce?
Yes. Good evening,
All right,
all.
you're welcome. Good evening.
My question is, in a situation because of the payment to the regulatories, and I want to have an agreement with a host agent like Kuzang, whereby all my clients, I will refer them to Kuzang, and all I need, I will be okay for now until I'm able to sort out all the payments for the regulatory registrations. Is that done? How do I go about it? For someone who is a freelance.
Okay. Now, basically at the time now, what I'll say is the system was actually designed for that individual with no license. That is why the only requirement needed for you to come on board on our system is just a CAC incorporation document. Whether it's a traveling agency CAC, any CAC you have, whether it's CAC to sell, you are selling bags or selling wares, you can use that to onboard on our platform. You get that now. So you necessarily don't require any form of, we have done the heavy lifting. We have done the licensing. We have acquired all of the certificate that covers you and protects you. So all you need to do is just for you to get a license, just get a CAC. So once you have CAC, you can actually participate and start selling immediately too.
What if
Thank
there's
you.
no CAC of any sort?
If there's no CAC, you can't onboard on our platform because we only want everybody on our platform to be a registered business. So if there's no CAC, we can help you get CAC. You can get a limited liability company CAC for as low as 50,000, 70,000, 80,000 in fewer days and a corporate bank account. Why you needed CAC is because it's always good when people want to pay, they should pay into a corporate bank account because nobody wants to pay huge sum of money to a name on a website. You get that now. Everybody wants to pay to a corporate
I have a
bank
contact
account.
for this thing.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
One I can liaise with in respect of this.
Yeah, there are a few contacts I can help you with. Then they will help you get a proper CAC and a business bank account with which you can use to run. So the platform was actually designed because we actually came into the market to democratize travels, removing all of the barriers that could be on the way so that everybody will be able to sell travels with great amount of ease. So what you just need as an individual to participate adequately is just a CAC document. Once you have that, you are free to start selling almost immediately. Does that answer your question?
Yes. All I need now is the contact.
Okay. Yeah, so
Thank
you
you.
get that through Kuzang Flash. We help you with the contact. Then you can get you. They will help you get CAC. So once you have your CAC, you can come on board.
Thank you
Thanks
very
so
much,
much.
sir. Thank you so much. Now, Joyce, you can help us lower your hand and let's go to Nkiru Stevens. Nkiru Stevens, are you online?
Yes, I am online. Thank
All
you
right,
very
so
much.
please ask your question. Please, let's try to be brief. We have really spent time today.
It's all right. Mine is
Thank
brief.
you.
Okay, my question is about because I missed out some things because of the network issues. So I already have a business CAC, and then the question is about if I should be as a new ticketing agent, intending ticketing agent, can someone can I get assistance often from Kuzang Global? If I want to make any bookings and stuff like that. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Did you get the question?
Hear me now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir. Did you get the question or should we repeat herself?
Please.
Hello, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right. I said, did you get her
Okay.
question?
No, let her come again, please.
All right, please, Ms. Nkiru, just come again.
Okay, thank you. I said as an intending ticketing agent with a registered business. Yes. So if I'm able to set up with a Kuzan Global, can I get assistance from Kuzan Global if anytime I want to make bookings and stuff like that?
Yeah, at the time now, since you are a prospective ticketing agent, you can get all assistance, any form of assistance you want, you can get all of that directly from her. So she will guide you. Even if you want to set up now, she will also guide you. As many also who wants to set up, who most likely might not win, because at the end now, I don't know when we are done with our program, I don't know who the next 4 persons will be, but others will be joining. You can reach out to Kuzang Global and she will guide you on how to get the software and get started almost immediately. So for you, Nkiru, I think Nkiru, I'll be giving you the software also for free because you are prospecting. So let's just give you that leverage also to sell. So in that case now, the convenant also add Nkiru to the list. So we now have 2 persons who are going home with the software that will be onboarded tomorrow. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Ah, glory! Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Thank
I
you.
was repeat.
Please, the person displaying this CSC registration, please take it off. Yes, if you want to do that, we'll have to know you. We'll have to know you and then be sure that our people are safe in your hands. So please, it's not allowed. It's not allowed. Don't display any information. Don't sell anything here. It's not allowed. Since you already know the organizers, why not chat us? Let us know you and let's be very sure we know who we are leading our people to. Please, let's be guided. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next question, please.
The next question is coming from Abdullah. Abdullah, please, are you online? Abdullah. Okay, let's take Dr. Lawal.
Okay, thank you very. Hello, are you hearing me?
Okay, so who is with us?
Thank you very
now?
much for the impactful sessions we have had right from the WhatsApp platform up to this night. It's really been an eye opener, and I'm grateful that I joined this session. Kudos, thank you very much. The question I have is on this phenomenon of unpublished fares. On the platform that we have now, I can see that the comparisons we have done shows that the Kuzan platform is giving cheaper flights. But there is a concept of unpublished fares that airlines give to travel agents that they make more money from. Is that platform also available on the Kuzang platform, or is it a different arrangement entirely?
Okay, now vis-a-vis now, from the initial explanation, when we started, I said there are GDS and there are NDC. And I said NDC
Hello.
sell LCC, which are low-cost carriers. Yeah, can you hear me, Mr. Abdullahi? Mr. Abdullahi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Mr. Abdullahi, can you hear me? Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Dr. Lawal is the one that asked the question. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, Dr. Lawal. Okay, Dr.
Yes.
Lawal, my apology. Now, at the initial we have GDS and we have NDC. So NDC sell discounted fares, which are unpublished fares as it seems. Do you get that now? That is why the rates or the fares that you see on Kuzang Fly they are crazily insane. You get that now. The reason is because all of the fares that she's selling via our platform is LCC. They are low-cost carrier airlines. So GDS don't have that license to sell LCC. People who can sell LCC are people who have the new distribution capacity license. You get that now. So if you have that license, you can actually sell unpublished, but they are usually called discounted fares. So those discounted fares most times comes from IATA too. So IATA gave it to everybody. But now those fares most times are with the staffs of the airline. Because even the staffs of the airlines who are selling tickets, it's interesting to know that most airlines, for instance, Lufthansa Air, there is an online travel booking site I will call now. Majority of us knows them. The man is still a staff of Lufthansa Air. So whenever you buy Lufthansa with them, they will always be cheap because it's only discounted flights you will sell for Lufthansa. But when it comes to platforms like Kuzang, who are leveraging on a robust system, which are NDC, most of the fares, they are discounted. They are already discounted fares because what empowers her is actually a system that is democratizing IATA to sell travels with no regulations or licensing. You get that now. So you mostly, to all extent, get those unpublished or discounted fares from Kuzang Fly. And when you two come on board also, you're going to have a system that supports you and enables you to do the same.
Oh, okay. If I may advocate for one of the licenses, I'm the HOD of Tourism Management Department of an institution in Southwest here, and having such license will be of great need to our potential travel agents. We train tourism experts, and having such will be of great importance not only to me as a person, but also to our potential travel agents that are being trained.
Okay. So that will be a great advantage. So in sequence to that view now, maybe you put up a chart with the convener at the end of the section, then you guys can actually reach on discourse. I think she actually knows what to do from onboarding, integrating, and even licensing. And I think sequence to this, maybe now to the convener, subsequent events like this that you'll be organizing. One of the things, there are areas in the travel industries that are yet to be untapped, especially when it comes to TIDS and how to register for IATA. Because most of the agencies in Nigeria, one of their challenges, even if they have the money, they don't know how to register for IATA. And do you know, as an IATA registrant, you can be making 2 million on every registration. Yeah, because the last time we registered a company in Ibadan called You Fit Fly, we charged them $2,000. Then dollar was still below 750. So if we are to charge them the same $2,000 today, it's over 2 million. So now, and the process is easy peasy. To register for IATA, to register an agency for IATA is as simple as you signing up for Facebook. But you can't do that from Nigeria. So if you must do that from Nigeria, there are certain tools you must have in place. There are certain procedures to follow. You get that now. So to the convener, subsequent programs like this, because the essence of all of these things now is how we can enhance our value and increase revenue generation for ourselves. So subsequent programs like this, maybe you should introduce stuff like how to register for IATA and other aspects like e-visa processing, the fastest route to get them. And even now, one of the challenges facing the Nigerian market is proof of funds, right? Especially when it comes to visa. But do you know in a bit now, you can bypass proof of funds by using corporate sponsors. How do you do that? How it applies is for most agents, most of the agents who work on us on that now, we get them corporate organizations bank accounts as their sponsor. So imagine MTN is the one sponsoring you to go to Canada. If MTN should print their bank statement for 1 hour, you know what volume that will be. So the immigration officer is under duress to issue the visa on your behalf. Because now you are not using your own personal bank account that you are struggling with proof of funds to build out over 6 months. We just use corporate bank account directly. So there are some trade secrets when it comes to the traveling agent service that if all of us have at our disposal, will give us edge over other competitors and other people doing similar or related businesses like us. But a bit all of that now we come in forums like this and at the decorum, at the corridor rather of information sharing. So subsequent programs, I'll be all joy to see be invited as a facilitator. But other areas today we have looked at ticketing. Even travel insurance alone can give you more money. It's just that most of us don't know. Some of us, we buy insurance. Anytime you want to get insurance for your client, you have to call somebody who calls another person. These are things you can actually do all by yourself. You can actually plan tour for any nations all by yourself, easy peasy, sign up, get tour package, get tour. You even for those of us who are pilgrimage tours too, they are very easy. For the Nigerians who are going to Jerusalem, for those who are going to the Saudi Arabia, you yourself who can organize such tours. We have chartered flight services. Peradventure, you want to take your clients places like the Caribbean where Nigerians can actually go with visa-free entry. We run chartered flight services. If you are capable and sure you are going to get clients and candidates who will fill our planes, we will let planes available for you from any of our partners. You fly them, even if that is the only services you are rendering. These are capacities, strong capacity and strong services you can do that can alleviate or to a larger extent annihilate poverty or even reduce financial struggle and stress. For instance, on the 9th of May now, there's an agency in Lagos who are our partners as well. They are taking people to Barbados, 117 persons. On each person on that plane, they made 800,000 Nigerian naira. So times 117. So there are still other avenues and channels, to which I believe with some of these things I'm saying, and they asked me the convener after the section or program, we can still look at other areas we can come in, have forums and sections like this that will enhance and increase our revenue so that we can compete favorably, and that's with irreplaceability, because the kind of services who are part of this forum or who join over time are rendering. Other competitors, other businesses will not be able to compete or copy because they are trade secrets that are only known and available to us. So, Mr. Lawal, to a larger extent, so maybe after this section, you can reach out to the convener, talk with her. She knows what to do from there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
you're welcome. Thank you very much, sir. Please, can we have Abdullahi? Abdullah, I think you're online now. Can you ask your question? Please, if you have asked your question, just bring down your hand. Abdullahi, are you with us? We'll jump you again, no? All right, you're welcome. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just be audible.
Right. Thank you for the opportunity. And I think our resource person has done it very well. And I'm saying that I'm from Ghana, and I don't know if there are some channels or links that you could share with us, whether from our resource person or to you, the organizers, that we can follow to learn more. For those of us, this is our first time, and then we want to develop a career in this path. So I want to know if you can share more resources to us or channels that we can follow to learn more. And more also visa processing and documentation, how to put it together. Maybe you can reorganize a different one, or if there are channels that you can share that some of us can follow and learn more. That's just what I want to say.
Okay. Now, thanks so much, Abdullah. It's a pleasure having you all the way from Ghana. So at the time now, though, we did promise the organizer that we'll be making resource materials available, especially when it comes to the short presentation I made. but we were not able to finish the compilation before the commencement of the program. But I believe for all of us who are here, I'm sure the convener has your phone numbers or your WhatsApp numbers or your emails. I just want to believe that. So maybe when we are done with the compilation over the week, then a PDF soft copy will be sent to everybody, either on WhatsApp or email. Then from there, if you have other questions, you can reach out to the convener. Then possible preferred answers will be given.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. We have our next, the next question is going to Rita. Rita, are you online?
Yeah, I am online.
Okay.
Good evening.
All
Thank
right.
you very
Good
much for
evening.
everything. I sincerely appreciate. But I just want to say something. As a person, I just got my CAC last week for this purpose especially. So what as in fact I am confused now because I don't even know where to start from. I don't know if there is a website or how. In fact, I don't know how to start. That is just my problem now. I'm ready for the business, but I'm confused. I don't know where to start from.
Okay, now, thanks so much, Rita. Now, the essence of this forum is
Thank you very
also
much.
to enlighten each and every one of us. At least, thank God you have your CAC now. That is one step forward, and it's actually a bigger plus to you. And so at the time now, I just want to believe when you were going for your CAC, there were services you wrote that you want to render, right? I just want to believe there were
Yes.
services, okay, now that I'm going for CAC, I want to start doing this, I want to start doing that, I want to do this and that.
Yes, I
But in a
included
bit
this
now, if
on
you
it.
still
Yes,
need,
I included it.
yeah, if you need proper guidance, you get that now. You practically, with some extent, have to either reach out back to the convener. I'm sure she will give you all the necessary. Okay, now, yeah, this and the convener will give you all necessary support to actually see that you get started and you start on the right foot. So that you'll be starting with the right approach, avoiding some pitfalls or mistakes that other travel agents who started several years like you made, so that you will have total or little or no error to make while starting. So you can reach out to the convener, and if there's need to bring more facilitators on your behalf, and I do know that the convener will invite, and you get the best of hands on guides to actually get you on the right track and start immediately.
Thank you. Thank
Most
you.
welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Tolu Lope. Tolu Lope.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much for the opportunity and all we've learned. So, some of my questions have been asked. Part of it was mentorship, so I think I'll contact Madam Dorcas for that because I'm also interested in starting this business. I was also going to ask if we can have another session for some of the other parts that we can learn about, like the visa and then the travel tourism thing. Then the last question is, I don't know how to change currencies on flights. Like, our presenter is not in Nigeria, but he was seeing his flights. I mean, from all the other GDS sites, Wakana and all that. He was seeing it in Naira. So I have that challenge sometimes. From outside Nigeria, you don't see flights in Naira, and you want to book flight for somebody in Naira instead of going to go and convert. Is there a way to change the flight currency? Thank you.
Okay, now, yeah, thanks so much. If you look at the Kuzang Fly website, just like and the demonstration I made from that same platform, you can change to all the currencies in the world. And you can also add more currency pairs to it. All you need to do is look at where there's USD, click on that. You see all the drop down of other currencies, select the currencies you want to buy from, and the pricing and everything automatically change to that price. And beyond that, also now, the site is also translatable. If you want to buy in other languages, you can easily click any of the languages you want to buy from, and you get that. And so at the time, and just like the Kuzang Fly, you can still get some same approach on your own website as well. And users will be able to buy in all currency pair, any currency pair of their choice, and also in their local language as well. So all you need to do is at the end of the section, you can reach out to Rita. Though I've given out 60% discount already. So instead of paying 500, we'll pay 200. And I do know 200 is not so easy because I left Nigeria not too long because I was also in Nigeria. I left Nigeria not too long back to the US after coming to Nigeria to set up some offices, just to monitor some of our existing offices or branches. I do understand that it's not so easy judging the devaluation of the Nigerian currency and some of the fuel scarcity issues and even general economic problems. We might still give out 30, and we'll just give it off for 30%. So that will be 150. So in that case now, so instead of paying 200, we'll just have to do 150. Although 2 persons have actually gotten the software for free and 3 other persons will be getting, but I don't know how we are going to do that. Maybe the convener will pick at random. So at the end of the section, the convener will send 3 other agencies, and the prerequisite requirement is each of those agencies should have CAC so that we can actually onboard them tomorrow. So that is just what exists for the person who asked the question, Madam Tolulope, I believe. So you can have a platform like that and you can switch currency pairs. You can change from Naira to USD. And if you want to pay in Naira, you can pay in Naira. If you want to pay in the United States dollar, you can pay in the United States dollar as well. So maybe at the end of the meeting, you can reach out to the convener and ask questions on how to get started on getting the software. She will tell you how to go about it. And at the time now, we are giving it off no longer 200,000, but for 150,000 Nigerian naira. So as to have all of us on board and get started.
Thank you very much.
Great. You're most welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. We have Yewande. Yewande, are you online?
Yes, I am. Yes,
all right.
I
Please
am
ask your
online.
question.
Thank you very much. Good evening, and
Okay.
thank you, our facilitator, for the awesome
Thanks so much
presentation
for your
and all the insights that you've given to us. It's really interesting. I have it's a kind of case because I had an experience last year, and I was wondering if you could shed some light to what the challenge was. I had reason to reschedule my flight, and I called my agent, and I told him the time and I wanted the ticket to be scheduled for. That's for October. But unfortunately, he made a mistake and wrote September instead of October. And by the time he sent me the ticket, the new ticket, the flight had gone. That means I missed the flight. And eventually, he just kept on harassing me, and he wanted me to go to move from Dallas to New York to go and board the flight, and it was expensive. He was asking me to pay the difference, and I was so unhappy about it. But eventually, I had to go to Houston to board the flight to Nigeria. My question is that the right thing to do? And I also had another experience. Somebody was telling me that for searching for tickets for me, and I didn't buy from her, and I needed to pay her a certain amount of money. I mean, I might not be too, vast in ticketing, but I just suspected that it was just a scam. So those are the two things I need you to clarify for me. What really happened? What is the point? What is the issue? Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
No.
Oh my God.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah,
can
you
hear
hear
you
me
now.
now?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
said
sir.
my apologies. My network got disconnected and I did not get to any of your questions. Sorry about that. So I don't know if you can just come again, please.
Okay, just quickly, I had an issue with the ticket last year. I had a reason to reschedule my flight to October. I was supposed to move from Dallas to Nigeria. But the ticketer, the person who bought the ticket for me, when I contacted him, he made a mistake and put September instead of October. But by the time he sent me the new ticket, the rescheduled ticket, I had missed the flight in September and I couldn't even have gone. But I had to be the one to, he was asking that I should pay the difference, which I refused. The only compromise I did was, okay, to
to get myself to Houston and to go and board a flight back to Nigeria. My question is that ethical? I feel it's not. And then secondly, another agent was demanding that I pay her for having searched for a flight. And by the time the person gave me the recommendations and the price, they were too expensive compared to another person. So I didn't buy. But the person insists that I owed her and I must pay because she has spent her time to search for a flight for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think the two cases you shared, they are unethical and they are
Yeah,
not professional.
at all.
One, the error, any error to ticketing is the agent
The
induced. So it's
agents.
the agent's fault. That's why you as a ticketer, when you want to issue ticket, take the time and be very careful. Just like I stated earlier, if you spell the name wrongly, Johnson, where you're supposed to put S-O-N, you put S-I-N, that ticket is invalid. Mr. Johnson will not be able to fly. So every error to date, maybe when he wants to enter 5th of July, he entered 5th of July because 15th of July and 5th of July look similar. 25th of July, all of those errors are the agent's error, and you reserve the right to get back your refund from the agent because that shows an act of incompetence. Because when you're competent at what you do, you deliver the service with dexterity and touch of excellence, right? So September and October, they are not even spelled the same, at least to a larger extent. 10 and 11 are still two different things. So it's just an act of incompetence. And you were just fair enough to not to have asked for your funds, but that was in the past though. Now, for the other agent who said and was compelling you to pay, that was even theft. Let me not say fraud now. That was theft because
Seriously.
it's logical enough. You go to buy a particular item at shop A, they say it's 5,000. Shop B is saying it's 3,500. The same maker, the same item, the same features. It's logical enough for you to buy from shop B. And because shop A spends the time to explain the features to you, does not give shop A the right to compare you to buy.
To make payments.
Because customers are right because they are king when it comes to what they want to buy. Customer decide where he or she will buy. Right.
Definitely.
So I
Yes, sir.
think that was an act of theft. Sorry about that. It's just some mispractices among some agents who most likely might not even be licensed, might not even be certified. You get that now because as a licensed person, you are not supposed to do that. When you search and send itinerary, even will she in herself, can she buy that same ticket when she's seeing something cheaper? Hell no. She will not get to buy. So sorry about that. That was an unethical approach. And
Thank you,
it's so
sir.
sad to know you went through that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you very much, sir. And I think that is also wrong when it comes to customer service. One of the
Yeah,
things that
it's
we learned during the program. You put your
yeah,
customers first, active listening, and then you have to put yourself in their shoe. And that's what we call empathy. So those are the things that we need to take and then take them seriously in this business. I just like putting myself in other people's shoe. Like when I said pay this amount for to be taught, now I have to like, okay, will I be able to? And all those things. You have to just put yourself in the shoe of people, and you know that like onboarding in this program and what you just the token you drop to enter is just like we want to get you to be serious. But if you are to pay for something like this, you know that it is just far more than that. So but you have to always put yourself in the customer shoe, and thank God for Transfy, and no give us opportunity to see cheaper flights and all that. So at least this is an eye opener for every traveler and also an agent. And you don't force people to get what they don't want. It is not done. If you force me, I will arrest you. Thank you very much, sir.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the remaining people, seriously, we have overshoot our time. But I will just beg that, sir, that they take all their questions. They will ask all their questions.
Okay,
You just respond to them so that we'll not have another person coming up again. So yes, so please, I think we'll go for Femi. Femi, after Femi, we'll have Mrs. Yemisi, and then we have Tina, we have Ganiat. Did I leave anybody? Rita, are you still here? I think you have asked your question, right? So I think Femi.
You've not called me. You've not called me.
Oh, okay. So after Femi will be Rita. After Rita is Yemisi, then Tina and Ganiat.
Rita has asked a question before.
Okay, so let's go with Femi. Just ask all your questions and then he will respond to them at once so that we can call it a day. Every other information and all that, we will arrange in our different groups on how we are going to come together. Those that want to get onboarded, those that are getting the free services and all that, we'll discuss that in our various groups and all that. So please, Femi, let's hear you.
All right. Good evening, and I want to thank the convener of these things for a job well done. Now we are getting more than we have paid for.
Thank you, sir.
Now at this point in Nigeria, it's this is I think this is what we should be doing anyway. I've searched. I just retired from my work, and I've searched the internet to see what I can do. Find out that going to manufacturing trading as electrical services. I think this is the right way, and this is the right way to come. Mr. Welt, you are leaving your name.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can hear you.
No, I'm commending you. I say you are leaving your name, Mr. Welt.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Mr. Femi. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, my question is this. The ticket, there are two tickets. The one that you can refund, the refunded ticket, and the one that cannot be refunded.
Non-refundable.
How do we not refundable ticket? Is there a distinctive way to know exactly so that we will not go and buy the one that you not buy the wrong one? That's my first question. Then the second one has to do with a situation that I was involved in. I was to travel to South Africa. I booked, I think, Kenya Airline. I got to the airport at Muritala Muhammad here at the right time. We did everything at the right time. I was there. The plane was very, very late. So eventually we left and we get to Nairobi. So when we got to Nairobi, so by that we are supposed to get a connecting flight from Nairobi to Johannesburg. So when we now got to Johannesburg, Nairobi, so the lady at the counter there, Kenya Airline, was now saying we came late, that the plane has left. The OAU in me, as a great friend now, I just you cannot be talking to me like this. Before you know, we'll bring Galuta into this airport. So it's now went to, because you cannot tell me it was your plane that came late. So how can that one translate to me that you now said I should do some other things? So they just, at the end of the day, after so many shoutings, they have to say that we now to follow board another plane. And so then when they said that, I said, no, that is not enough. You still have to give us where we are going to rest and probably give us food. And I got all those ones. And I just want to know, if such situation, if the great FME did not work, what should have happened, sir? Thank you very much.
Okay, now, first, let me start with the second question. One thing we should all know is we as ticketing agents.
Sorry, sir. I would have preferred you ask all their questions so that you just attend to them.
Okay.
Just
it's fine.
be helping us jot them down. So he has asked his own so that the next person like that can round up. So, all right, Tina. Tina, please ask your question.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
All right, good evening.
Thank you for this opportunity. I have been looking for this opportunity for a very long while, and to that effect, I have even made a flyer and posted it online that Amito Travels and Tourism, just to if I have this kind of business, I'll meet somebody that can help me, and I'll be looking for a training like this, and I've seen it, and I'm happy for that. Thank you. Then my question is, if you are booking, if you are applying for a Schengen visa, you will need to get a ticket, and that ticket is not to be paid for. What platform do you use for that? It's just one of their what do I say? One of
Requirement. One of the
requirements
requirements.
that you should get a flight ticket that you are not going to pay for. So what platform do we use for that? I have a CAC document.
That's
It's
noted.
the travel stuff is just for buying and selling.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, your question is noted. I will answer that.
Thank you.
Okay, can we go to the next person, Ganiat? Ganiat, are you online?
Yes, I'm online. I'm
All right,
unmuted
please.
now.
All right.
My first thing is to commend the organizer of this forum, and especially the guest. He has really, it was like he should pour out everything in his brain for everybody to use. I really, it's rare to see people like that. It's very rare. So this is something, in fact, I was skeptical at first. I was like, okay, is it possible? Is it something that is going to be, but now it's like I should start tomorrow. It's been interesting. And then another thing is, is this thing recorded? Can we have the recorded version of this program? That is 2. Then 3, this venture, like somebody said he just retired. I relate to that. Is it something that you have to, is it something you can do on the side? Or is it something that you have to really put everything you have into for it to be good? It's like if you start tomorrow, I don't know. I feel like starting